this court, my lord. I submit that should be retracted. And then furthermore, the use of the word hired gun that was also directed to the witness, my lord. I submit, my lord, the witness should be treated with courtesy, and such allegations cannot be made against the witness, my lord. There are other ways to show that the information is not, the witness is not correct, other than to make such allegations against the witness, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Mnisi.
Yes, Mr. He can disagree with the witness, my lord. And furthermore, my lord, the defense has also made a request that they will bring their own operator to assist them with beaming of the photographs, my lord. We accept that, and from now going forward, my lord, we request that they will use their own gadgets to do the demonstration without involving the state, my lord. I believe they do have laptops, they can do that. I'll lend them the HDMI cable to just beam it on the screen, my lord. Here's the call, please.
Yeah.
And they must also redo their own experiments, my lord, which is the demonstration that was done on Friday, May. Here's the call, please.
Yes.
Is it in the court, my lord? Let me quickly start with a good morning, my lord. Thank you. I confirm my appearance on behalf of Mr. Sibiya and Mr. Mnure, my lord. Thank you.
As the court proceeds, my lord, I do confirm my appearance on behalf of Mr. Mtanzi.
As it pleases the court, my lord, I confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, standing in for my colleague, Advocate Mshololo, in respect of Mr. Ndoli. Accused number 5, thank you.
Okay.
As it pleases the court, my lord.
Are you satisfied? We want a retraction. The doctor.
Indeed so, my lord.
Because Mr. Mnisi is not prepared, apparently.
I did not get that, my lord. I only had my name.
Just
being
repeat
called.
what you said about Mr. Mnisi.
No, I think he's about to respond to it, my
Yes.
lord.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, my lord. Let me start with the last submission by my colleague, my lord. The one relating to us bringing our own gadgets in order to demonstrate here at court. I think I've said it time and again, my lord, that this accused defense is financed by legal aid. And I've also indicated, my lord, that when the court said then we must bring our own gadgets, that we don't have them. However, that does not close the operational facilities here in court, because I indicated that there's an in-house technician at this court building. He has been here on a number of occasions to come and assist us. I suggested, my lord, that it's in the interest of justice that we request him to come and do experiments or to operate these gadgets as and when circumstances arise. However, that seemed to have fallen into deaf ears, but that has been my request for quite a while, my lord. But well, the state then decided to proceed with the operating of the gadget, because my view was it becomes a little tedious for the state to concentrate on submissions that are done by the defense and at the same time operate the gadgets, my lord, let alone what happened on Friday here. But that has always been my view. When the state says that we had undertaken to bring our own gadgets, that's not entirely accurate, my lord. We never made an undertaking that we'll bring our own gadgets in order to operate what has been happening here at court. I would therefore request that the in-house technician be requested to come and assist as and when circumstances arise, my lord. Now, on the usage of the term hired gun, I don't know what are the bases that are. I don't know what are the bases that I should submit. Should retract the using of the word hired gun. I don't know whether the hired gun it's a demeaning word, whether the term hired gun is pejorative, or it's insultive, or it's uncalled, or it's what, I don't know. But the last time that I checked, the word hired gun is used evenly throughout law reports. Law reports would not have been using this word if it is an uncaught, it's a language that is not compatible with court language, my lord. So I don't know what does the state have in mind when it's suggesting that I should retract that word. Hired gun, it's a way that is even, as I'm saying, used in law reports. So therefore, I don't see any problem in me putting it to a witness that he's a hired gun. I don't insult him. As to the fact that there were photos which were fidgeted, it's a fact. And in fact, I've got instructions to request that fidgeted photo, that photo that caused a lot of consternation here at court, we be furnished with that photo as it was beamed there on the screen, so that it should form part of the defense as we go forward, my lord. That's the formal request, but I've already requested it from the defense, coming from the state. I don't know if there is any other thing that is also mentioned. Thank you, my lord. I'm in the process then ready to proceed. I don't know if there is anything that the state would want to add to their submissions.
Still under oath, officer.
Thank you, madam.
Ati bekhuluma nje kuphela ke lapho ulokozana Advocate Sibanda futhi noMnumzana Mnisi ke lapho ngodaba oqhamukile ke ngesonto endlule elanga langolwesihlanu mina namagama athize asetshenziswa ke lapho ke ummeli manje bacela ukuthi ushushisi bacela ukuthi ummeli angaphinde kasebenzisa amagama la kade asebenzisile esonto endluleke manje asho njalo ngesikhathi ayiphendula kummeli lapho ukuthi amagama asebenzisile amagama ajwayelekile ukuthi asetshenziswe noma kuphi ke ngasiphi ke isikhathi lapho ke lo phela inkulumo yabo futhi nokuthi fana ke umuntu uthizeni bebafisa ukuthi bamlethele enkantolo ekuthizeni azolekelela kudaba lweyithombe lolu ncamashi kade besitshengisela uzonakela kulesikhangiso lesikhona ke ngalana ke bathi khona ke khona ke umuntu walana usebenza la enkantolo khona kule building lelike manje bacela bangathanda ukuthi bafisa ukuthi inkosi enkantolo isilethele kumuntu loyo ke ekuthizeni azolekelela abameli benu ke uma ngabe sekuneyithombe lezo ngathanda basitshengisela lesikhangiso.
Yeah. Thank you, my lord. Mr. Ramusipili is also drawing it to my attention that I should also bring it to the court that in terms of the Constitution, Section 35(3), accused should, and that's a constitutional mandate, that accused person must be provided with facilities in order to conduct their defense. And it goes further to say that should be at the end. It should be at the instance of the state in circumstances where accused is unable to afford the years. In this instance, accused defense is funded by a legal aid. So legal aid is an extended arm of the state. So the state can therefore not come back and say to us as a defense that we need to bring our own gadgets. This is not a private funded defense. It is funded by legal aid. I hope that makes sense to the state, my lord. Thank you. As we proceed, I'm sorry?
It's fine. No, nothing concept.
Oh, okay, thank you. As we proceed, Warrant Officer Mabasa, good morning again.
Good morning, morning.
How was the weekend?
Not so bad.
Not so bad. Thank you. Now, Warrant Officer Mabaso, you would agree with me that the natureness of a person, that is the left-hand side of a person and the right-hand side of a person, whether he gets taken, whether his photo gets taken through a selfie or a direct phone, a direct photo. The natureness of a person, his right-hand hand will remain his right-hand hand and his left-hand hand will remain his left-hand hand, not so.
bathi yakuvuma yini ukuthi ke uma ngabe ke umuntu asethi uthula ke isithombe ke ngeselfie ke lapho ke usho ukuthi isandla sakhe sokudla sishintshike lapho ke sihlala kuyiso isandla sokudla futhi isandla sokunxele sihlala kuyiso isandla sokunxeleke nanoma bemthula ke isithombe ngecamera eqondile ngabe akusinjalo yini?
That's correct.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Thank you. Now, you have mentioned that there's a photo which could have been taken by a selfie and you went on to demonstrate how a selfie gets taken, not so?
Bathi uthi zakunesithombe ke lesi engenza ukuthi basithula ke ngoselfie ke lapho ke futhi wasitshengisa ke inkosenkantolo ukuthi isithombe saka selfie isithombe sinjani akusenjalo?
That's correct.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Thank you. Now, as well, I don't know if you've got all the exhibits there. I want us to look at exhibit SD. My Lord, maybe as we are still preparing for that exhibit SD, I'm missing my Parker pen. You know, I've been using that pen since 1989. I don't know what happened to it on Friday. Yeah, maybe somebody picked it up. I don't know. I did not have a nice weekend, so I'm just pleading if there's anybody who might have picked it up. That pen is of a sentimental value to me. If there's a person who might have picked it up, please. It's a Parker pen that has got a silver portion and a blue portion on top. Please, I request that I should be favored with it. It's of a sentimental value, but as I'm saying, I've been using it since 1989. So it just disappeared on Friday here. I don't know what happened to it, but be that as it may, thank you very much, madam. On exhibit SD. Excuse me. Yeah, well, I'm not so sure, my Lord, whether I need to request for an agenda so that we request the in-house technician to come and assist us with the beaming of that photo there, because apparently the state decided in uncertain terms that they will no longer be assisting. Because I want to deal now with exhibit SD.
Uyacela ke umele uthi inkosi enkantolo isilekeleleke ethi zethule ke umuntu osebenza la enkantolo ongasiza ke ethizeni wasikhanyisele umbukiso lona okhona ngala futhi nanje ukuthi umuntu ozosiza ethizeni asitshengise ke ithombe ngala ngoba thi uzothanda ubuza ke ithombe nemibukiso ekhona ke ngaphandle ko SD.
Dr. Sabanda, who is the in-house technician?
My Lord, I do not know the name of the in-house technician. The one who works for the Department of Justice, the one that I know works for the NPA, and is the one who's been coming here to assist us. And then I think we're on the same boat. He cannot assist because he works for the NPA. So maybe the registrar can assist to get the in-house technician that works for the Department of Justice.
I think, my Lord, Advocate Sivande must not take it personal. There's nothing personal here. You can't say the guy that is working for NPA cannot assist because they are in the same boat. No, they're not in the same boat. The guy that works for NPA, he's not prosecuting. He's just a technician. He's an operator of gadgets. So if he's available, he can come and assist. But Mrs. Wanda must just avoid to take things personal. There's nothing personal here. So if that NPA gentleman is available, he can come and assist. If he's not available, then we'll have to arrange it with the chief registrar here at the court for somebody to come and assist.
Okay. Register again.
Bakhuluma ngodaba lokuthi athi
Mina le driver.
babesibanda ukhona-ke umuntu osebenza lapha ngaphakathi ngaphansi komofisi ase-NPA kepha-ke bangaphansi komkhumbi owodwa-ke ngekho akaboni ukuthi kuyinto eqondile ethizeni bamlethe lala azosilekelela-ke ethizeni basitshengise iy'thombe lezikhangiso lezi-ke izathi kumele cha lo muntu-ke uyenako osekhethweni elikahle futhi esesimeni esiqondile-ke ngoba akasebenzi ngaphansi kwalaba abashushisayo kepha usebenza nje ngokuthi yena i-technician shuthi lezi amakhompyutha lezi zobucwebo uyena oyishayayo-ke lezo manje khona-ke wala ekhaya basomcingayo sathi bazomthola noma into wamthola.
My Lord, I'm sorry, I can't hold myself. As an officer of the court, my Lord, to see this level of pettiness amongst counsel. I'm an attorney. I'm not an advocate. I come from magistrates' courts, regional courts before I entered the fray of the high courts, my Lord. I've never seen pettiness like this. I've never seen something bordering on the unprofessional like this, my Lord. I was taught as a law student, Law 101, back at VETS 1989, that as an attorney, you stay above your emotions. You represent your client, the state represents whoever, with the quorum to the court and professionalism amongst us. But what I see today, my Lord, I'm baffled, I'm amazed. I can't hold myself. I'm sorry. I had to put that on record.
Mr. Ngumalo, any comments?
I have no comment, thank you.
Maybe in addition, my Lord, I think it will be prudent again to be noted that, I'm sorry, there are minutes that are rolling here, and I think I said the other time that each and every minute is important in the trial, my Lord, owing to the fact that it's almost 2 years down the line. We have made some inroads. It is good, but however, we through emotionalizing things, there's a propensity that more time could be wasted, man. I think the time that is being used here to try and assist, because of the submission by the state that they will no longer be using the assisting the defense, it's a little bit odd, my Lord. Thank you.
Please, my Lord, just to remind the court what Mr. Mnisi said on Friday. He said it that he does not want the state to assist. They will bring their own operator. So what is being petty about that? He has not retracted that. He said he doesn't want the state to operate. I must be removed. That's what he said. So now I'm excusing myself from that. Now I'm being called petty and being emotional. Let's go, please.
I'm afraid to say anything, because if I say anything, I'll be said to be either a racist or whatever, or paluka, or mohu, pari, what. This is South Africa. And when I say that, I must go, he must go. So that's why I'm keeping quiet. Yeah.
Whilst we're still waiting, I just want to place on record what we found online, a Merriam-Webster dictionary, which defines what is a hired gun. It says an expert hired to do a specific and often ethically dubious job. That's correct, please.
Dubious.
That's correct.
Yeah, well, I don't know what is the relevance of this, my lord, but well, my colleague is referring to something else. I've said it's there in the law report. So I don't know whether what he's reading here is authority or what, but he said, I don't know, it comes from...
The case of S versus M, the judge was my brother, Davis,
Yes.
who runs the
show.
yeah.
Yes.
It was a divorce case between rich people, and they were fighting over the custody of a child. How many weekends, how many holidays the child should spend with the mother and the father, and the mother would travel overseas, etc., etc. So they called some experts to come and adjudicate the matter after interviewing the children. So Dennis Davis uses that word, hired gun, in that case. I think it's 1985. Have you found the citation?
As please,
Doctor?
I'm no longer operating the gadget.
No, I'm talking about the case now.
Yes, but I can only find it when I'm using the...
Oh, I see. Okay. You know that citation, Mr. Ngamal?
I can check for it. I can check for it.
No, I say, do you know it?
No, I heard about it, but I
You
have
heard about it?
Yes, I heard about it, my lord. Thank you.
There's a medical negligence case, my lord. It was a claim. I think it was decided by the full bench of the SCA. I think it's 2024 or 2023. The claim against the state was dismissed. The minority judgment was penned by the Honorable DJP of this court, Justice Litwaba. I can't remember the majority. It was, I can't remember the surname again, but that term hired gun has been used also in that, and that's an SCA judgment, a full bench for that matter. That term hired gun has also been used in that matter, my lord. Thank you.
But I think that terminology comes from America and Canada. I think the first judge, if I recall, who used this is Justice Sopinka, who was in the Quebec Appeal Court.
Yes, my lord.
In Canada.
Yes. I need to be honest, my lord. I do not know the origin of the usage of the term hired gun.
But you know Sopinka.
Mr. Ramusipili says he...
Have you heard of Judge Sopinka?
I read a lot of Canadian law on Kenley, my lord.
Hello?
I read of a lot of Canadian law on Kenley.
So if we don't get the technician, what do? We just adjourn. Because it's a recess, the possibility is the gentleman or the lady who is supposed to be the technician may be not available because we are not everybody is working during recess.
Well, I don't know, my lord, whether, because my understanding is that he forms part of the administrative section of the operation of the court. So I'm not so sure whether they would also align the taking of their leave with the time at which the court also goes on recess, my lord. But my understanding is that he's on the administrative section. What do they call it now? They call it. What is that thing now? There's a term that they use. It's an auxiliary. Yes, it's an auxiliary section of the High Court. Thank you.
Yeah, but
The case that the court is referring to is Schneider NO and others versus AA and Anara 2010 volume 5 SA 203.
right. Yeah.
Yes. By Davis J.
Yes.
Yes.
I sat with him several times in the appeal court, labor appeal court. He's an expert on tax law. Actually, the South African tax law regime, after the current government took over, they appointed him to review the whole tax law regime in South Africa. And he's the one, obviously he had persons assisting him, actually authored the South African tax law and the revenue regulations, etc. Brilliant guy.
My lord, this is my suggestion in case that we don't find the technician to assist. I believe that Mr. Mabasa has got a copy, Sergeant Mabasa has got a copy of SD, so does the state, Mr. Mnisi, myself, Mr. Numalo. I suggest that we make copies for maybe one copy there for Mr. Sibia and Mr. Ntanzi, and then one for Mr. Ngube, Mapisa, and Ntuli, so that they can have reference point as to what is being talked about. Then we can proceed, my lord, on that regard, so that we don't waste any more time.
You want to discuss it with your colleagues?
I'm just thinking out loud, my lord. We can discuss it with my colleagues, then we can make. Yes. Yeah.
Did you find the lady?
I found her, she's at the palace.
Yeah, we can use one code. Yeah, then we can.
Yes, I said she can just come in. I also spoke to our IT. There's 3 of them in charge of the whole court. So there was only one in the office who said she can't leave when it's only if one of them comes along, they'll come and try.
What's the name, man?
The registrar, chief registrar.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Dumelo,
It's Tumelo, ne? Okay.
the blog.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine, thanks. I'm told Ms. Tumelo Ledwaba, who's the chief registrar, is on her way here.
As it is the court, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe communicate with the gentleman in front of you. He'll tell you what they want you to do, if you can. Can you hear me?
Must I address it privately, madam?
Yeah, yeah.
or openly?
No, you can speak to her.
Okay. You can
I know what you're thinking. I say I can tell what you're thinking.
What is it?
You know and I know.
What is it, madam?
We both know. I don't.
It seems that they need an extra official who's going
An extra?
an official who comes with a laptop who's going to assist with the projection. So, unfortunately, as the court, we're not in a position to provide that person. I'm already understaffed. So I don't have an official who I'm going to say I must now assign. So honestly speaking, it would be the responsibility of legal aid to ensure that they are fully equipped to proceed. So if they need to have a laptop and someone to come and do this, then it's best they do that. But we don't have, and we are generally not, it's not within our scope of work, so to speak. May I be excused?
Yeah, okay, fine. There's nothing I can say. Okay.
Thank you.
awasinga ngathi akayiphinde manje ke ngisho ke bafowethu usisi asho khona njalo ukuthi cha ke awukhona umsebenzi wabo ke thizeni balekeleleke abameli mayelana nalo daba lo abameli babafisa ukuthi babasize ngalo ke athi uma ngaba abameli banesicelo soko kwamele ukuthi iqhamukeke abantu lapha kuma office wabo ke abameli beze bephethe futhi laptop yabo bese bahamba nabo ke bahlale phansi babalekelele ngodaba lolu olukhethekile lwethombe thizeni basiqinisekisa nakahle lesikhangiso lesi.
These two are from our IT.
Sebetsa ko kae? You're a technician? Yes. Samugwali, the gentleman in front of us.
I was wondering whether it would not be prudent for us just to take a break. Otherwise, we're turning this whole court sitting into a bit of a
Yeah, what's the time there?
of an inconvenience, my lord.
10:52.
52.
Okay, you'll call me when you're ready.
As it is a court. We are highly indebted to the court with indulgence, my lord.
Okay.
We have managed to secure
All right.
the presence of Mr. Makaza. He is an in-house technician as well.
Okay.
Thank you, my lord.
Thanks.
Thank you, Warrant Officer Mabasa. Now, I was just saying that you demonstrated on Friday on how a selfie gets taken, not so.
That's correct.
bayabonga ke futhi ade besho ukuthi bakhona ke umuntu osebenzela neke ekhaya mina nodaba lezama computer mama laptop ke manje ubufakazi ke sositshelile futhi ositshengisa ke ukuthi ama selfie wathatha kanjani ke ngolwesihlanu sonto ledlule athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, in view of the demonstration that you showed to this court on Friday on how a selfie gets taken, how do you reconcile that with the fact that Mr. Mnube's hands in Exhibit SD, which is the photo wherein you identified a gold teeth, his hands are right in front of his chest?
Bathi manje ke mana nesithombe lesi sikhona lesikhangiso ke uma ngabe ukhuluma ke nesithombe sakaselfie ke bathi ngabe umnumzana uMncube uthathe kanjani isithombe sakaselfie ke uma ngabe izandla zakhe zilaphakathi kena ke nendawo la ngaphambili ke.
A phone can be timed. You time a phone, like I demonstrated on Friday. You time it. After a certain seconds, you take a picture.
Athi ke uma khalekhukhwini ke njengoba sitshengisile ke ngolwesihlanu esonto elidluleke athi uvame ukuthi umbeke la ngaphambili uqhubeka la ngaphambili sele usufaka isikhathi ke lapho ke isikhathi semizuzwana encane ke lapho noma imizuzwana enciphile ke lapho ke athi uma sekufaka imizuzwana enciphile kula sithombe sithubuleka khona ke lapho.
Let's go a bit back, Mr. I hear your explanation. Let's go a bit back. In terms of your evidence, you say what kind of a phone did Mr. Mncube use to take this photo?
Konje uma sihlehlele emuva ukuthi ze umnumzana Mncube wasebenzisa wophi kumakhalekhukhwini ngesikhathi bekathatha isithombe lesi.
I never mentioned the type of a phone or the model of the phone.
Athi nakakaza khulumeke ngocingo ukuthi ucingo olunjani ke lalo noma mhlawumbe ucingo legama liphi ke.
What did you say about the phone?
Bathi yini okhulumile mayelana nodaba lomakhalekhukhwini.
I've never mentioned the name and the make of the phone he took this picture with previously.
Athi esikhathini esindlule akakaze akhulumeke ngocingo olukhethekile ncamashi noma mayelana negama locingo lo abalisebenzisile ke ngesikhathi kade kubethubula ke isithombe lesi ke.
So, in view of your demonstration that you did on Friday, you cannot dispute that what you told, or in terms of your demonstration, and when you look at the photo where Mr. Mncube is having his hands in front of his chest, this could not have been a selfie unless you know the type of a phone that Mr. Mncube used, according to you, in taking this picture, not so?
But bathi mina nofaka zonke ukhulumile ngako ukuthi-ke imali esithombe lesikamnumzanumncube-ke esikhona la-ke isikhangiso lesi-ke la ezakhe esikhona la kuyena ngaphambili la ngaphambi kuyena esifubeni-ke lapho lesifuba sakhe-ke bathi angeke ukhona ukusho ukuthi basebenzisa wophi umakhalekhukhwini ngesikhathi noma ucingo oluphi-ke ngesikhathi kuthiwa isithombe lesi ngaphandle ukuthi nokubukeke lapho-ke kwimininingwane egcwele-ke ukuthi ucingo oluphi-ke lolo.
To say which phone, I cannot say what phone he use. But
ekhizeni-ke uluphike uhlobo locingo noma mhlawumbe umakhalekhukhwini uwuphi-ke lona-ke athi ngekhe-ke asho ukuthi uluphike ucingo.
okay. Sorry. Excuse me, I was pushing this to your side. Sorry to touch you.
Or are you done with your explanation? I'm saying to you, Mr. Warrant Officer Mabaswe, that in view of your demonstration on how a selfie gets taken, demonstration that we saw on Friday, when you were holding your hand, I mean your phone, with one hand and took a photo of yourself while the photo is in your hand. Now, we see on this photo, which is now depicted here at court, or flighted here at court, that Mr. Mnube is having both his hands on his chest, and they are visible, not so.
That's correct.
Bathi mina nodaba kakhulume ngaloko ngolesihlanu osonto elidluleke la kade sishekisa khona-ke la kade ubambe khona kumakhalekhukhwini wakho ngesandla sesodwa-ke lapho-ke ngesikhathi bothwebula isithombe sakho-ke athi yebo kunjalo kepha umnumzane Mncube-ke lapho uma sesibuka isithombe sakhe esikhona kule sikhangiso lesi-ke yena-ke zombili-ke izandla zakhe zila ngaphambili kuyena esifubeni sakhe athi yebo kunjalo.
You can therefore not say that this was a selfie unless you know the type of a phone that Mr. Mncube used in taking this picture, not so.
Bathi ngeke usho ukuthi-ke lesi i-selfie-ke ngaphandle ukuthi-ke wazi ukuthi umnumzane noma uluphi-ke ucingo abalisebenzisa ngesikhathi kade bethatha isithombe lesi. Akusenjalo yini?
I'll say correct.
Athi yebo ngasho ukuthi kunjalo.
Thank you. Because Mr. Mncube, if needs be, would come and tell this court that at all material times he had a phone that GTC 3200. It only had a camera. It's the make of that phone was such that you only had to take a photo using that phone. I'm sorry, it's a Samsung GT E 3220. GTE 3220. I'm sorry about the mixing up of the numbers of the model of the phone. But what I was explaining is that he says it only could take a photo, the normal way of taking a photo. It was not designed in such a way that you could take a photo from it. I mean a selfie photo with it, yes.
Isilungiso-ke lapho-ke aqinelike lapho umnumzane Mncube uyasho khona ukuthi nakade onayo kumakhalekhukhwini lapho ukuthi kuyi-Samsung i-GTE 3220-ke lapho-ke athi umakhalekhukhwini-ke lokho noma ucingo lokho kade lingamvumeli ekuthizeni kade-ke i-selfie-ke lapho-ke kepha belumvumela nje kuphela ekuthizeni athwebule isithombe-ke nje kuphela. Manje ungaphendula uthini-ke lapho-ke fakazi?
Yes, by then the Samsung GT 3220, by that time we used to have those phones with one camera, is correct. However, you could take a selfie from the back of the phone.
Athi-ke lapho-ke kuyiqiniso ukuthi Samsung i-GTE 222 ke kuyiqiniso ukuthi kade nekhamera nje eyodwa kuphela-ke futhi ikhamera khona kade langemuva-ke kucingo lwakhona-ke athi kepha-ke bebakhona uthizeni kade basebenzise-ke ikhamera leyo thizeni wathathe-ke i-selfie.
I'm just saying for court to know, I'm not saying he was using the Samsung GTE 2220. I'm still maintain. I'm not so sure what phone he was using when he took the picture because it's not on record from my downloads.
Athi-ke lapho-ke asukuthi utshele inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi-ke umnumzane uNcube kade asebenzisa ucingo lolo-ke lo-Samsung GTE kepha-ke asho khona lakhe la yena lapho-ke into nje ayikhuluma nje kuphela leyo-ke futhi athi ngesikhathi kade kubukeka imibukiso yona akakaze akubone ngokukhethekile noma ngokujulile okuwukuthi ngabe kade asebenzisa luphi-ke ucingo ngesikhathi lesi bekathatha isithombe lesi.
So you,
nawo lokho kushicilelwe laphansi.
so you therefore can't dispute when he says he used that phone that I've just mentioned now, that E33330. He never had a phone that enabled him to take a selfie.
My Lord, I cannot dispute, but remember the pictures were from the memory card, which could have been in different devices.
Bathi ngaba kuphiki yini lokho ukuthi kade asebenzisa ucingo Samsung GTE 2220 ke athi cha yebo akakuphiki ke lokho kepha ke ithumbu lezi kade iqhamuka ngaphakathi kwe-memory card ke lapho kusho ukuthi kade iqhamuka ngaphakathi ke noma kade iqhamuka kwindawo eziningi ezahlukene.
Are you done? Yes. Thank you. Now you are now in a realm of speculation, not so? Was it not your duty to specify with certainty in order to come assist the court that this picture was taken from this phone?
Bathi ade kumsebenzi wakho thizela kwenza isiqiniseko sokuthi ngabe mhlambe lethombe lezi ziqhamuka kuluphi ucingo ke ethizeni ubuye ulekelele inkosi yenkantolo ngokujulile.
I'm not speculating. If you can go to my downloads from the memory card, it tells each, there are some pictures where it can give you the name of the phone that took that picture. Some they don't. That's why I'm always saying, when he took this picture, I cannot say he used a Samsung GTE 2220 because on this picture, it doesn't tell me which device he used.
Athi lapho akakhulumi ke into engekho ke lapho ke uma ekhuluma ke ngofakazi bakhe ke lapho ke athi uma ngabe umuntu lama kwethomba idownloadile ke lapho iqhamuka memory card ke athi khona ke izithombe lezi ezitshengala khona noma mhlawumbe zimtshengisa khona ke ukuthi mhlawumbe izithombe kade zithule ngaliphi ucingo lapho ke noma mhlawumbe image noma imodel ucingo ke lapho ke kepha athi uma ekhuluma ke ngesithombe lesi ke phecelezi sona ke asikaze simtshengise noma akaze kutshengakala ukuthi izithombe lesi ziqhamuka kuphi ke.
Now, on the same breath, you cannot dispute when he says he never had such a phone that enabled him to take a selfie the way in which you did it on Friday, not so?
That's correct.
Bathi ngamanye amagama ngeke ukuphike ukuthi akakaze abe naloko ucingo lolo ke lomvumela ke ethizini athathe ke isithombe saka selfie athi yebo kunjani.
Thank you.
The reason is by then there was no there was no phones that we're using now.
Athi sathu ukuthi ngesikhathi lesakudala ke kade singasebenzisi ke umakhalekhukhwini abawodwa abafana nalaba esibasebenzisa ke esikhathini samanje.
Thank you. Thank you, Warrant Officer. You made mention of the fact that some information from the original memory card, now let's not confuse Please don't be confused. I'm now talking about a memory card.
Memory card now.
Yes. You can say it again. I'm talking about what? A memory card. Ne. Thank you. Now you said this information that would not reflect on other gadgets when you download that information to these subservient gadgets from the memory card, not so. In other words, as you work to download the information from the memory stick, from the memory card that gets inserted into the phone, certain information along the way gets to be altered, not so, or it changes.
I cannot say it changes per se. As I download, because I'm also a downloader, even in this case I was not the downloader. As I download and put it into my system to give me the information, once I convert it into PDF, it will reflect what I have downloaded. So the alteration, I don't know how, but personally I don't alter with any information from what I got from the download.
But labo masikhulume nge memory card ke lapho ke original memory card ke lapho ke uma ngabe ke lapho uma sengaphakathi umakhalekhukhwini maphakathi ocingweni ke lapho ke bathi akuvamile ukuthi ezinye izinto lapho ke zishintsheke lapho ke athena ke cha angekho asho njalo ngokujulile ke noma ngokukhethekile ke kepha ke nathi uma ngabe ngesikhathi lisebenza ukudownload kwezithombe lezi ke lapho ke athi ngesikhathi ade qhudifaka ngaphakathi kwale system yakhe lapho ke zona kade zimtshengisa noma zajengakala lesi zamtshengisa ukuthi lapho ke ithombe zeziqhamuka kuphi ke zathobula nini kuphenda futhi ngasikhathi.
So what you basically saying is you're not a downloader, you are an analyst.
I'm saying I'm an analyst, I do both.
But
in this case,
however,
you did not download it.
In this case, I was not a downloader.
You were not requested to download.
So I received the information already downloaded from the downloaders.
Information that had already been downloaded from the original memory stick.
Original memory card,
yes.
A phone card. And a SIM card.
Yes.
But original memory card na futhi na SIM card.
Now, when you were requested to prepare the Exhibit S, yes, Exhibit S, you transferred that information that was in a memory card from the gadget into which it was downloaded to, not so, from the memory card.
I don't understand your question.
What I'm saying is you are requested to prepare Exhibit S, not so. And you are saying you did not download the information that was in the memory card, not so. In other words, somebody had already downloaded that information from the memory card into something else, not so.
That's correct.
But you know, nanoma usho ngofakazi bakho usho ukuthi nawo kazo download ke ithombe lesikade khanga phakathi memory card athi yebo kunjalo ke usho ukuthi kunomuntu othizeni owa download ke lo lwazi uqhinga phakathi kwale original memory card ethizena lethe kuwena ke athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, for the sake of clarity, this information from which you prepared Exhibit S, where did you get it from?
It's on record. The downloader, Sergeant Kosi, was here to explain how he did it. So I went and collect from his storage.
Sergeant?
Nkosi.
Athi yebo cha kade kungasiyena ke kepha umuntu ekade adownload lapho ke uSergeant Nkosi ke futhi athi khona ke la esicelo khona ke phansi ke athi yena kwahamba wayakena ke bese athola ke ulwazi lolu.
What I mean, Warrant Officer, is that the information had already been downloaded from the memory card. It was stored somewhere. You then get requested to prepare Exhibit S, not so. Now I want to find out, in you preparing Exhibit S, where did you get that information from?
Bathi lapho ke uma ngabe isima exhibit S ngaphambi ukuthi ulungiselele imayana ufakazi lokuba noma mhlawumbe imibukiso ke exhibit S. Futhi khona ke umuntu othizeni owenza ku download ka lapho kwesaqeda ke babe siwabeka ke lokho kade akutholile ke manje umbuzo ukuthi ngabe lo lwazi lolu wena ke walithola kuphi nendawo?
If I understand you correctly, you want me to say, where did I get the pictures from? Either it's a phone, SIM card, or memory card. If it's that, I got all the pictures from a memory card.
Athi uma ngekuzwa kahle ngifuna ukufuna ngisho ukuthi ngalithola kuphi kulwazi khona ngaphakathi kocingo memory card futhi ne SIM card athina ke ulwazi olutholile ke lama siqhabuka ngaphakathi ke kule memory card.
When you compiled Exhibit S, had the information that was in the memory card downloaded or not?
Bathi ngesikhathi buthola ku exhibit S ngabe ilwazi lokho likhona ngaphakathi kwe memory card lwavele sebadownloadile noma bangaka download?
I received the information
Yes.
from the downloader's office in either a CD or a hard drive.
Athi wathola ke ulwazi lolu ke lapho ke kuma downloaders office wathola ngaphakathi mhlawumbe kwa hard drive noma ngaphakathi kwe CD.
Then I started analyzing.
Bese aqala ke lapho ukwenza ke umsebenzi wakhe uthi njengochwepheshe ke lapho uthi enza umsebenzi wokuanalyze ukuthi uqhathanisa phakathi kwalolwazi kade alutholile.
Repeat that again.
Uphinde futhi lokho ke.
If I'm correct, because I don't have my statement that tells me how did I get that, but if I'm correct, I received the information with the case number, the information of the downloads from the downloader's office, the downloaders, which is Sergeant Nkosi, in a CD, which means it was in a CD, downloaded into a CD, no, into a DVD. I can't remember what I used, and then I started doing my work.
Athi lapho wathola ke ulwazi ngaphakathi kuma downloaders office ke lapho ke usuthi lapho uSergeant Nkosi ke lapho ke athi emuva kwalokho ke na ke kepha kanaso statement futhi akanayo into ekhethile mhlawumbe ejulini amiqoqondile ke mayelana nodaba lenkulumo yakhe athi kepha ke wakuthola lokho kungaphakathi mhlawumbe wathola kungaphakathi kwe CD noma kungaphakathi kwe DVD bese ke ngemuva kwalokho ke bese enza umsebenzi wakhe uthi enze uqhathanisa ke kulo msebenzi wakhe.
You see, Mr. Mabaso, your testimony with regard to exactly what you did there, when you were to prepare this Exhibit S, the chain of events, they are very murky.
Yeah.
In other words, they are clouded. You don't know what actually you did. But let me help you. According to your statement, because at some stage you say you did not download the pictures, at some stage you downloaded from the memory card, but let me help you.
Okay. Thank you.
Out of respect. Thank you. You are saying in paragraph 5 of Exhibit F, which is your affidavit, that On the 17th of August 2020, at about 17 minutes past 11, you received a CD from the phone downloader's office with a computer folder marked Cleveland, case 96/2/2015, containing a phone download information. Do you follow?
That's correct. That's what I was trying to say. It's just that I don't have my statement in front of me.
Bathi lapho ku paragraph 5 ku statement sakho ke khona ke inkulumo ekhuluma ke lapho ke phecelezi nodaba lolu ke lokuthi lo download kweyithombe ke lapho ke bathi le nkulumo wayisho ke wena ke ngaphansi kwesifungo ke noma yebo ngaphansi kwesifungo ke lapho ke lecala lase First Loras noma Cleveland case 9602 of 2025 elihambisa icala lase First Loras le case 636/10/2014 la uthi khona ke ngelanga ngomnyaka 2020 ngoAugust ngelanga la nge17 ngesikhathi semizuzu 17 maqedwe ushaya ihora la ka11 emini wathola ke lapho khona ke iCD futhi ke iqhamuka lapho ke ku phone downloaders office ke lapho ke futhi uyahambisana ne computer folder ke lapho ke makhiwe ukuthi Cleveland case 96/02/2015 behambisana futhi nocingo noma mhlawumbe nolwazi ukuthi liqhamuka phakathi kucingo lapho ke bese uthatha le computer folder lena kade khona ngaphakathi lapho ezintathu ke lapho ke wasifaka ngaphakathi kwe-XRY files lapho siqukethe ulwazi bese ulenza ukuthi lube ulwazi olihamba lodwa ke lapho ke locingo olihamba lodwa ke le-SIM card futhi olihamba lodwa lapho le-card ke lapho memory card ke lapho ke bathi lolwazi uqoqa lapho ke bekungakhonakala ukuthi lufake ngaphakathi mhlawumbe ul-edit ke lapho ke mhlawumbe ul-manipulate should wenze into sokuthi enesandla esikabi ke lapho ke athi ufakazi yebo kuyiqiniso ngoba kade angenaso statement lapha kwakhe.
Now, that folder from the computer that you received from the phone downloader's office had 3 XRY files that contained 1 phone, 1 SIM card, and 1 memory card.
That's correct.
Bathi lo lwazi othola lapha qhamuka ngaphakathi kuma downloaders office shokuthi kade kuyi-computer file kade inocingo olulodwa ke iSIM card esisodwana futhi ne-memory card eyodwana athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
So, in other words, my understanding is when you prepared Exhibit S, you did not work directly with information that was coming from either the memory card or the SIM card or the phone itself, not so.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Bathi ngesikhathi senza umsebenzi awukazi ukuthi wenza umsebenzi okhethekile ngoba uthola umsebenzi owodwa ohamba wodwa qhamuka phakathi kwe-memory card, iSIM card futhi nelokuzana nocingo athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
Thank you. Now we know that you received information that had already been downloaded, not so?
Bathi manje siyazi ukuthi wathola ulwazi lapho kade noma information ebabaveli sebedownloadile shokuthi ulwazi ke lolo ke kusenjalo yini?
That's correct.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, against that background, you told the court that as you were requested to make further information or some copies of the information which you had received from the computer folder, along the way, certain information would change as you worked on it. Is that not what you said?
Bathi kusinto yokukhuluma ukuthi ngesikhathi esibuthole ulwazi lolu futhi wesenza umsebenzi wakho lapho olunye lwalolwazi ke lapho ke besemane selushintsha khona ke akusilo kokukhulumile.
I cannot recall mentioning such.
Atakasakhumbuli ke esho leyo nkulumo ke.
Thank you. Let me check your memory.
That's good.
When I say change, I'm talking modification, you understand? When I took you through to Exhibit S on the metadata of the photo that is beamed on the big screen there, you said that this photo was created on the 2nd of September 2014, and it got modified on the 16th of July 2014. Do you still remember that?
I remember that.
bathi mana nolwazi ke kade bekhuluma ngaloko ngesikhathi bebabuza imibuzo nethombe esikhona ngaphakathi kwemibukiso ke nokuthi lesikhangiso ukuthi basithule ngelanga lange-2 zakaSeptember ngomnyaka 2014 bese lapho ke futhi ilanga le-16 zakaJulayi ngomnyaka 2014 akusenjalo yini athi yebo kunjalo.
And then I also brought to your attention the fact that before the commencement of this trial, the defense team, yourself, and the state assembled at the office of the DPP, where you then prepared memory sticks for the defense of what you had in your system, not so?
That's correct.
bathi ngaphambi ukuthi xa icala lihlaleke phansi kwenkosi enkantolo mhlawumbe iqalela ngaphambi kwenkosi enkantolo sothi wena-ke fakazi thimba labameli-ke thimba labashushisi sahlangana lapho-ke ngaphakathi kuvisa abashushisi-ke lapho-ke futhi ngesikhathi esihlanganele khona-ke lapho-ke wena-ke wasinikeza kama-memory card-ke usitshela mayelana nolwazi kade unalo akusenjalo yini athi yebo kunjalo.
But before I could proceed with my further question in that aspect, then you jumped in and said, no, but there's some information that's going to be modified there. There's going to be some information which will no longer be the same as this and no longer. Do you still remember that?
I still remember that, my lord.
Yes.
Athi futhi ngesikhathi esihlanganele lapho-ke wena-ke ngaphambi ukuthi aqhubeka buza imibuzo-ke lapho-ke wena ummeli-ke ndile-ke ukhuluma-ke ngolwazi olungaphakathi kwe-memory stick athi ummeli yebo.
Yeah, which information will differ from the original information?
Bathi iluphi-ke ulwazi olungavathi mhlawumbe lwahluke-ke eqhamukeni kulolu lwazi lweqiniso.
On the memory stick, the only change that will happen,
yes,
it will be on the metadata. I'm not so sure which part of the metadata unless I compare, because it differs. What I'm sure of is the date will reflect the date on which I'm doing the copying and paste.
Athi-ke lapho-ke uma khuluma nge-memory card usho ukuthi ucabanga ukuthi ukhuluma nge-metadata-ke lapho-ke lathi khona-ke into engamane ishintshe-ke lapho-ke ilanga lapho-ke yena-ke enza umsebenzi wakhe uqhathanisa la usuke mhlawumbe ithatha ngapha bese anamathisile ngapha usuyi-copy and paste-ke leyo-ke athi lona-ke ilanga noma usuku-ke lapho-ke elivamile ukushintsha esikhathini esiningi.
What other information, if there is any?
Iluphi-ke olunye ulwazi uma ngabe lukhona?
I cannot exactly tell as it differs as per how the pictures appears there, how the transfer happens. As it happens, each and every picture and its metadata changes.
Athi bathi iluphi-ke olunye ulwazi oluvamile lapho lushintsheka thina akanasiqiniseko esigcwele akazi angekhe asho ngokujulile noma ngokushaya esikhonkosini-ke lapho-ke kepha athi uma ngabe mhlawumbe umuntu usenza umsebenzi-ke lapho-ke ukuthi mhlawumbe isithombe nesithombe sishintsheke lapho-ke mhlawumbe imetadata-ke yiyo evamile lapho-ke inoshintsho olwenzekayo esikhathi nesikhathi.
So the picture itself won't change, the image itself won't change.
Yes.
Kepha athi isithombe sona-ke ngokujulile angekhe sishintshe.
we're still busy with information that changes.
Yes, I cannot tell exactly this one and this one and this one and this one unless you give me a memory stick, I put it in, and then compare with the original data.
athi cha lapho ke yebo basoba kufunga ngodaba lolushintshayo ke but ngaphandle ukuthi ungangifaka i-memory stick lapho ke isa compare ke ne-data ayitholile ke lapho kathi kulawa ngamtshela khona ke umail ukuthi lolu lwazi lushintshile alusafani nalolu lwade likhona ke kuqala.
Right, there you're not certain what information changes, not so, except
That's
for
correct.
the date on which the copying and paste was made.
That's correct.
Thank you.
bathi lapho kawunalo ulwazi ukuthi yiluphi ulwazi olushintshayo noma awunasiqiniseko ukuthi yiluphi ke ulwazi elivame ukuthi lushintsheke lapho ngaphandle ukuthi mhlambe lapho kwenza copy and paste usho ukuthi uthatha ngapha ke bese unamathisela ngapha athi yebo kunjani.
Now, let's go to information. By the way, I'm asking all these questions on the background, on the backdrop of the fact that you are an analyst, not so. I take it you savvy. This information is on the tip of your hand. You see, that's what I had in mind when I'm asking you all these questions. But then, nonetheless, let's proceed. Let's now go to the information that will not change as the information gets transferred to other gadgets as in form of copies.
Also on that, my lord, I'm not certain unless we compare.
bathi asekulwazi lapho olungasoze lushintsheke lapho ke athi nalapho akanaso isiqiniseko ngaphandle kokuthi ke lapho ke bamnika kumsebenzi yena enze uqhathanisa phakathi kwezithombe mhlawumbe kolwazi lolo ke.
Now, Mr. Mabaso, you're saying you've been attached to the POCC since 2013 as an analyst, not so?
That's correct.
Ayothi usebenza kulo msebenzi oba analyst kusuka waqala ukusebenza kulo msebenzi uqala ngomnyaka ka2013 akusenjalo athi yebo kunjalo.
So that tells me that we have been in the unit that deals with this information that we're talking about since 2013, not so?
That's correct.
Athi manje lapho kumpha ke isikhangiso sokuthi wena ke usebenza kulo msebenzi lokho okuwona ke njengamanje ke uqala ngomnyaka ka2013 akusenjalo athi yebo kunjalo.
That's almost up until today, that will almost be 12 years, not so?
You are correct.
Bathi uqala ke ka2013 kuze kufike esikhathini samanje kusona ke sothi akuyona ke iminyaka eyi12 athi yebo kunjalo.
And despite this so massive experience, 12 years it's like when a child starts school at grade 1 up to grade 12. That is almost 12 years, not so? And they complete standard 10 in our old, in the old system. Sub A, sub B, standard 1, 2, up to standard 10, not so? Child completes school, not so?
That's correct.
Bathi akusenjalo ukuthi mhlawumbe leminyaka ke eyi12 ke iminyaka evame ukuthi ingane iyahambe yona ke esikoleni esiyifunda ke lapho ke uma uqala phansi emabangeni aphansi kuze kufike kumabanga aphezulu aphakeme athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, with that amount of experience, you're still not in a position to assist the court as to the dynamics that are involved in the industry that you are in. What information changes as copies are made, and what information does not change as copies are made.
Bathi ke nasesikhathini samanje shuthi awukhona ukuthi ulekelele inkosi yenkantolo mayana nolwazi oluvame ukuthi lushintsheke lapho ke uma ngabe lisenza amakhophi futhi mayana nolwazi olungavamile ukuthi izini lushintsheke uma nenza amakhophi akusenjalo yini.
It's computerized, so for me to exaggerate, it won't help this court. I need to do it practically, compare and see. It's not to say I must know this can change, this cannot change. Our focus mainly is to analyze what is requested, not to check whether this change or whatever. or whatsoever.
athi ke lapho ke sothi lento lengaphakathi kwekhompyutha sothi bayijubule ngaphakathi kwekhompyutha ke lapho ke athi futhi umsebenzi wakhe ukuthi aqhathanise uma ngabe sekasebenza ama-download ke lapho ke abuke ukuthi lapho ke yiphi eshintshile noma yiphi engashintshile noma yini efana noma mhlawumbe engafani ke lapho ke kepha yena akakhona ekuthizeni asebenze ngekhompyutha ngesikhathi esenza umsebenzi wokuqhathanisa.
Are these changes which occur when copies are made not part of that analysis that you are called upon to do?
In this matter, it was requested from me to copy the pictures into the memory stick to provide everyone with it. As to what changes, what not change, or whatever, I did not concentrate on that.
Athi yena bamcida akakhophe ke ithombe likade qhamuka ngaphakathi ke kwemurikhathi besize ngaphakathi kwesidi ke lapho ke athi nakakaza ukuthi mhlawumbe yini esishintshile noma yini engakaze ke ishintshe.
Mine was to copy and hand to the relevant people.
Athi umsebenzi wakhe kwakuthi nenze ukuthi lapho usithi mhlawumbe ukhopha nje kuphela bese ke anikeze ke abantu akumele ukuthi abanike le ithombe lezi.
This date on which I understand you. I understand you quite perfectly.
Okay, thank you.
You were only concentrating on a narrow approach in terms of your analysis of what you requested to do. Now, this photo, this date on which this photo was created, the 2nd of October 2014, where did you get this from?
I got it from the downloads as it is.
Bathi ilanga lela nge-2 October mnyaka 2014 ilanga le ngabathola kuphi ke wona ke kulesithombe lesike athi wasithola kulabo ade bedownloada ke nje nanoma kade sibhale noma ilanga leli libhalo linjalo.
09 September. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being corrected. It's not September. It's not October. It's September. It's the 2nd of the 9th month. The 9th month is September, not October. Yes, I'm sorry, sir. But nonetheless, your answer is you got this information from the information that
downloaded information.
Downloaded.
Yes, that's correct.
Isilungiso lapho ke futhi ilanga la khona ke lapho ke ilanga lesibili ke ngenyanga September mnyaka 2014 ngabe ulwazi ilanga le mhlawumbe ulwazi malana ilanga lelo thola kuphi ke athi wathola ngesikhathi lisa lesenza umsebenzi wakhe wokudownloada ke lapho ke.
And you bear no knowledge as to whether or not this date on which this photo was created, is it part of the information that changes as and when copies of the original information are made?
It could be, it could change, it could not change, yes, you're correct.
Bathi lapho kushuthi awunalo ulwazi ukuthi ilanga leli ke mhlawumbe ngabe ilanga liqhamuke ngemuva ukuthi mhlawumbe benze amakhophi ke mhlawumbe ilanga leqiniso lesithombe lesike lapho ke athi yebo kungathola ukuthi khona ke kunjalo ilanga leli elishintshiwe mhlawumbe elivelile ngemuva ukuthi benze amakhophi ke.
No, understand my question, Warrant Officer Mabaso. I'm saying the date on which you are saying is the date on which this photo was created. It is part of that information that you are saying. You can't say you don't know whether it changes or not. Not so.
That's correct.
Bathi malana ilanga leli ke ngabe mhlawumbe awunaso isiqiniseko ngogcwethe ukuthi lapho ilanga leli lashintsha makaze lishintsheke noma lihamba naloko noshintsho oluvame ukuthi lube khona uma ngabe senza amakhophi ke athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, that being said, you can't therefore say that this information, as inscripted here, being the 2nd of September 2014, is the information that is in the downloads that you worked on, or is information that is also, is original information that is also contained in the SIM card, the memory card, or the phone itself, not so.
Bathe futhi akusenza ukuthi ilanga leli ke le-2 zaka-September mnyaka 2014 ke ilanga leli khona ngaphakathi kwama-original downloads ngaphakathi kwe-cell phone noma i-SIM card noma i-memory card.
Did you understand my question?
That if I don't understand, you clarify.
Okay.
That
But I'm
date-
asking if you understood it now.
Let me try to answer my advocate. So if
okay.
I'm not answering correct, please correct me. The
Thank you.
date that reflects there comes from the original data.
Athi ke ilanga elibhaliwe lapho eqhamuka ngaphakathi kwe-original data
Which is what?
iphi ke
A memory card.
bathi ke i-memory card.
So how certain are you with that, sir? Because you've just told this court that you don't know what information changes and what information does not change.
Manje wathi isiqiniseko salokho ke mnumzana unaso njani ke lapho ke ngoba ngesikhathi kade kubuza ukuthi imibuzo ukuthi ngabe iluphi ulwazi olushintshayo noma iluphi ulwazi olungashintshi uthi zena awunaso isiqiniseko ukuthi awazi ukuthi yini eshintshayo noma yini engashintshi.
I'm certain, as I'm saying, it comes from the original data of the memory card, not from the copy of the original from the memory stick.
Athi nakusho ngokugcwele futhi ngokugcwele ofuthi nangeqiniso ukuthi iqhamuka ngaphakathi ke kwe-memory card futhi aqhamuke ngaphakathi kwamakhophi abawakhipha ke asuka kule memory card.
Thank you, sir. And you are saying that with certainty.
Futhi usho lokho usho ngabe usho lokho ngokuyithemba futhi.
That's correct.
Athi yebo.
Thank you. Now, if you are certain that this information comes from the memory card, then the subsequent information that is contained in the copies should exactly be the same as this one, not so? Because you also worked on this information as we are receiving here. It's a copy from the original information, not so?
Bathi ke futhi lapho ke ulwazi oqhamuka ngaphakathi kumakhophi kumele ukuthi nalofaneke futhi nalelanga leli ke mhlawumbe ilanga leli elitshengisa ngale kuma-originals ngaba kusenjalo yini?
That date created that reflects there comes from the original data, as I'm certain from the memory card.
Yes.
It's original.
Yes.
Why I'm saying it's original? It cannot be changed unless certain program is engaged.
Yes.
So I converted that information myself from the original data into a PDF as it is, because it comes logged
Yeah.
as it is into a workable PDF document. Yes, so I'm certain it hasn't changed.
Athi ke lapho unesiqiniseko futhi uyasho ngokujulile futhi ngokuthemba ukuthi ulwazi oluqhamuka ngaphakathi kwe-original memory card ke lapho ke athi wena kwathola lunjalo futhi ngekho ilanga lelo lishintshe noma mhlawumbe umuntu ajobeleleke nanoma ngenza ini kepha ngaphandle ukuthi mhlawumbe usebenziseke isystem ethize ke lapho ke noma program ethile uma ufuna ukushintsha ilanga lelo ke lapho ke futhi thina wathola ke lolwazi oluqhamuka ngaphakathi kwe-original data ke lapho ke ngemuva kwalokho sokuthatha ufaka ngaphakathi kohlelo lwe-PDF.
Thank you. Now, you took this information from the computer folder, not so? In fact, you are saying this information comes from the memory stick, not so? It got transferred into the computer folder, not so? The one that you used to prepare these pictures, not so? And this information did not change, not so?
Yes.
Thank you.
But also ukuthi ke ulwazi oluqhamuka ngaphakathi kwe-memory stick noma i-memory card walithatha kulwazi olusofaka ngaphakathi kwekhompyutha yakho futhi ngeke likhona kushintsha athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, further on, You got approached by warrant officer, by Sergeant Mohane. I think it was February this year, ne? Mukhula. I think it was February or March this year, not so, to prepare what is now Exhibit SD, not so, and you did that, not so.
Yes, I did that.
Thank you.
Orlando Sergeant Mukhula lapho ithizeni ngwenze ilungiso mhlawumbe uthi kuyilungisa ke maya nofakazi obuthize athi yebo kunjalo ngomnyaka kulo mnyaka usukona ngenyanga February kusenjalo yini athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, you went on and prepared, and the date of which is indicated there is the date on which this photo was created is reflected the 2nd of September 2014, which should be similar to the date on this photo that was on the computer folder, as well as the date that was on the memory card, not so. In other words, there's a signature there.
It should reflect the same.
Athi ke lapho ngesikhathi ethi usenza umsebenzi wakho ke lapho ke futhi ilanga la khona kule ithombe lesi mhlawumbe isithombe esikhethekile ke uma qhamuka kule computer yakho ke kade kubhale ithuza ka October mnyaka 2014 futhi bekumele ukuthi kube ilanga lelodwa ke ngaphakathi kwe memory stick futhi nasecingweni noma kule sim card athi yebo bekumele ukuthi kube njalo ke.
Thank you. Now you just told the court that the date that we're talking about, which is the 2nd of September 2014, is exactly the same date which was in the computer folder, not so?
That's correct. From the original, yes, that's correct.
Uqhaza nje lenkosi yenkantolo ukuthi ilanga leli eliqhamuka ngaphakathi ke kule memory stick kusho kumele kube ilanga lodwa futhi eqhamuka ngale ke computer khona ke athi yebo kunjalo kumele ukuthi kube ilanga la ngo-2014.
And this is the date that you are saying was also in the memory card, not so?
It should reflect the same.
Bathi ukuthi ilanga leli kumele kube ilanga futhi elilodwa elingaphakathi kwale memory card athi yebo kumele kube ilanga nje elilodwa.
No, Mr. Mabaso, now you're changing your tone. You earlier on told the court that this date is a date that was in the computer folder.
Utshele ususha ke inkulumo yakho ke ngoba utshele inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi ilanga leli noma usuku lolu usuku elikhona ngaphakathi ke kwale computer folder kusenjalo yini.
And you further told the court that this date is the date that is in the memory card. You never said it should be, it should be. You said you were certain, not so.
Futhi asho ukuthi ilanga leli ke ilanga ekwakumele ukuthi libe khona ke ngaphakathi kwale memory card. Futhi asho lokho ngesiqiniseko esijulile. Akusenjalo yini?
I'm certain it must reflect the same. But I get confused when you talk about the computer folder, because we are talking about the data from the phone, memory card, and the SIM card. So, computer folder, I just want you to specifically tell me what you are specifically talking about there.
Athi yebo ke lokho kusho ngokujulile futhi ngokukhethekile ke ngoba kepha kuyadideka mangabe khoma ke nge-computer folder ke lapho ke ucetha umele asho ngokujulile futhi asho ngokaceba ukuthi lapho ke mhlambe ngabe ukhuluma ngani ke uma ngabe ukhuluma ke nge-computer box.
This is what is contained in your paragraph 5 that I read to you earlier on. Do you still remember?
Yes.
Yes. So how do you want me then to explain what is it that I'm talking about when I'm talking about a computer folder, when it is you who's mentioning it in your own affidavit?
Oh, I thought maybe you are confusing it. Oh, now I understand you are talking about the original data on my computer folder.
Athi ile nkulumo ekade sikhuluma ngayo ungadideki ngoba sikhulumile ngodaba lolu ke ngaphakathi kohlelo lakho la affidavit futhi lapha ku paragraph 5 ke athi ufaka sichabe kadideka lapho ke bacela bayacabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe ukukhuluma ke lapho ke nge-computer folder.
Thank you, Mr. Mabaso. I'm not confused.
Okay, no.
I thought it's you should know this time stems better than me because you have been working on these things for almost 12 years now. But nonetheless, now what you're saying is the information that is in that memory card that gets downloaded into the computer folder that you worked on should bear this date of the 2nd of September 2014 or so,
But usho
as the
ukuthi
date of the creation of this photo.
bathi ngabe kade usho ukuthi ulwazi kodwa ulithulile olungaphakathi ke lapho ke kwe-memory card noma i-memory stick futhi nolwazi kodwa likhona ngaphakathi kwe-computer folder kumele ukuthi lisitshengiseke ilanga lilodwana futhi ilanga lange-2 zaka-September ngomnyaka 2014 akusenjalo yini?
With regard to that picture, yes, it
Yes.
must reflect, yes.
Athi yebo ke manje nesithombe leso kumele ukuthi ibe ilanga ke elilodwa ke.
Thank you. Now, with that in mind, is it not so that the date of a creation of this picture in the memory card now, that you yourself extracted from the gadget in which you stored this information from, which memory cards were prepared for a defense, should also bear the same date?
Bathi ke mana nodaba memory card mayelana nolwazi owalithola ngaphakathi kwe-memory card ngesikhathi lesi bosenza ke ubulungisela kuze umsebenzi wakho ke lapho ke usho ukuthi ke akumele ukuthi ke sithombe lesi noma ulwazi lonke olutholile ngaphakathi kwe-memory card ke ngesikhathi bunikeza kabameli izithombe lezi ke kwakumele ukuthi mhlambi ilanga lakhona kube ilanga lelodwa ke eqhamuka ngale lesokuqala bukhuluma ngaso.
It must be the same date.
Athi kumele ukuthi ibe ilanga ke lelodwa ke.
Thank
Because
you.
the original, it comes from the original.
Athi ngoba iqhamuka ngaphakathi kule original yakhona ke.
Thank you. Now, if it's not the same date, what will be the explanation for the, or if it's not the same date, then what? Assume it's not the same date.
Athi asithi ke lapho kusiyilanga lelodwa ke ngabe yini evamthi yenzeke ke umele uma amalanga khona engafani.
Yes.
And it has been copied into another device. The transfer of data using the XRY, if I copy a picture from XRY straight into a memory stick, it won't reflect the same.
Athi ke lapho mhlawumbe sithi bayenze icopy ke lapho kade uma ngabe lapho ikhopha ke ulwazi oqhinga ngaphakathi kwale system wathi XRY yalikhopha kulona ke sifaka ngaphakathi kwe CD noma memory stick athi ngeke lisitshengiseke ilanga elilodwa ke namalanga elifanayo.
Now, what certainty do you have, say, that this date of the 2nd of September 2014 is exactly the same date that was in the memory card?
But isiphi isiqiniseko onaso ke mayelana nelanga leli elikhethekile ke ilanga lesibili ke ngomnyaka kaSeptember ngomnyaka 2014 alikhona ngaphakathi kwalodaba lwe-memory card?
I'm certain because it comes from the original data of the memory card.
Athi nginesiqiniseko ngoba liqhamuka ngaphakathi ke kwale original memory data liqhamuka ngaphakathi ke kwale memory card.
So your certainty comes from the fact that it comes from the original data.
That's correct. As I have mentioned, the original data come locked. You cannot alter with it unless you engage other programs.
Athi yebo nesiqiniseko sokuthi liqhamuka ngaphakathi ke kwale card lelo langa lelo ke ngaphandle kokuthi mhlambe lapho usebenzisa ama program athize ke lapho ke ekuthizeni ajobelele okuthize.
Now you're saying, unless you unlocked certain programs, not so?
Bathi usho ukuthi wena ngaphandle ukuthi mhlawumbe khona ama programs ovama ukuthi wavuleke lapho ke.
The information comes locked.
Yes.
Athi ulwazi lufika lapho luvaliwe usho ukuthi balulocked ngelimi lesingisi ke.
So for one to access the information, certain programs need to be engaged to open up the information into another media, really, in this instance, PDF.
Athi-ke lapho ulwazi aqhamuka lapho luvaliwe ekuzeni umuntu akhona ukuthi aliboneke mhlawumbe afikelele kulona-ke bekumele ukuthi mhlawumbe bavuleke enye-ke isystem eyodwa kusho lapho isystem yakhona kade kuyi-PDF
As original.
njenge-original.
Once that system gets unlocked, then that leaves a room for a possible change in the information that is contained in the original information, not so?
There's no way you can change the original information at all, no matter how.
Bathi shuthi uma ngabe uveka isystem eyodwa-ke ngalena-ke shuthi lapho-ke akuvamile ukuthi ushintsheke ilanga mhlawumbe noma izinto ezithize-ke lapho-ke athi cha akhonakale ekuthizeni ungaze ushintshe nanoma yini engaphakathi kwi-original data.
The original remain the same even if you engage other program to open it to a certain media. It stays locked.
Yes.
Athi lapho-ke original data-ke lapho-ke ayishintshi uma ngabe uvula amanye ama-systems-ke lapho-ke iyahlala ivalekile uma ivaliwe.
From us, as ACPS, we cannot unlock that program unless the manufacturer.
Yes.
Yes.
Athi bona-ke lapho-ke esiphoyiseni abakhona ukuthi ba-unlock-ke i-program leyo ngaphandle kwalo muntu oyenzile.
So do I then understand you to say that this date of the creation is one of that information that cannot be unlocked?
Athumele ngabe kuzwa kahle ukuthi malana nelanga leli-ke likhona-ke lapho-ke kushuthi elinye-ke elihambisana nalezinto lezi umuntu angakakhona ukuthi ayishintshe mhlawumbe unlock.
That's correct.
Athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
Even when you are making copies from the original information, this date is unlockable. It will remain the same. Is that what you're saying?
Athi noma kwenzeka ama-copy qhamukela ngala ku-original shuthi ilanga leli kalishintshi lihlala kuyilo.
I've mentioned if you make copies, like you copy from the original, transfer it into a memory stick, there will be a change on the metadata. So that date might change also.
Athi uyashilo ukuthi lapho kuma ngabe kwenzeka ama-copy qhamuka kule-original data usebenzisa ke metadata-ke lapho-ke original data-ke lapho ivame ukuthi mhlawumbe ishintshe-ke lapho-ke athi yebo nelanga lakhona lingashintsha lapho.
But how does that happen, sir? Because you're telling this court that this information is unlockable.
Manje lokho kwenzeka kanjani-ke mnumzana ngoba uqhubekele inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi lo lwazi lolu-ke alushintshi.
We have access to the information. Where when we start analyzing, that's where we have access to the information. We open it, there's a program that we open it with, which is XRY. Convert it from XRY, will convert it into the media you want.
What?
To a certain, okay, it will convert into a PDF or to any other media you want that is on the XRY that allows you to convert it into. However, the originality, the original of that data remains the same. Even if you are working on it, it remains the same as it is from where you got that one that you are working from.
Yes.
Athi-ke lapho ufakazi uma ngabe ukhuluma-ke ngalolu lwazi lolu-ke shuthi lapho uma bethola-ke le lock system yakhona-ke lapho-ke noma mhlawumbe ulwazi balithulile-ke lapho-ke athi abakhona ukuthi balishintshe lapho-ke kepha-ke uma ngabe bevula lapho-ke lolu lwazi abanalo-ke lapho-ke bava ukuthi balivule iqhamuka lapho ngaphakathi kwale original meta khona-ke njalo-ke bese ngemuva kwalokho bese baconverting ngale bese kuya kuyo lapho ku-PDF nanoma kuyiphi-ke isystem ayisebenzisayo lapho-ke athi uma besenza lo msebenzi lokho elanga lakhona elibhaliwe lapho kulo original file-ke lapho-ke yilona ilanga elingashintshi nanoma uyivula kuphi-ke lelokhuzana lolwazi onalo ilanga lakhona alishintshi kuhlala kuyilo ilanga leli elokuqala liqhamuka ngaphakathi ko-original data.
Mr. Mbabaso, let us put it in a very simple way. in a very elementary way. Does the date of the creation of the photo change when you're making copies from the original information, or it does not change?
bathi asikwenzele okunje ngendlela elula manje sho ukuthi lapho ke ngabe ilanga leli ke le original data ngabe levame ukuthizeni lishintshe uma ngabe usenza ama copy noma alivamile ekuthizeni ke lishintshe.
It comes back to where I told the court I'm not certain which that does not change on a metadata.
Athi kuyakulombuzo kade ubuzile ke la kushuthi lapho kade buza khona ukuthi ngabe mhlambi iluphi ke ulwazi olushintshayo noma iluphi ke ulwazi olungashintshi uma ngabe usebenzisa ke metadata.
Thank you, Warrant Officer Mabaso. Now, when you say creation, when you see a photo with that information that says created, or the information on the metadata of that photo that says creation, what would that mean?
Bathi uma ubona ke igama leli ababiza ukuthi creation ma created usho ilanga elenziwa ngalo ke lapho ke ngaphakathi kwe metadata ngabe lokho mhlawumbe kuvama wena ukuthatha njengokuthi inkulumo esho ukuthini ke leyo.
It may mean something, or that picture was done or taken.
Athi ngasho ukuthi mhlawumbe isithombe lesi ke sathathwa ke lapho ke.
It can also mean that picture, if it's copied into a memory stick like you have, it says it was copied on that day to a memory stick.
Athi futhi uma ngabe une memory stick lapho ke uvama ukuthi mhlawumbe usho khona ukuthi isithombe leso ke basikopia mhlawumbe basifaka ngaphakathi kule memory stick ngelanga lelo.
What else?
It can also mean certain things was done, for example, renaming the picture. It can also give the same date.
Athi lapho ke uma mhlawumbe umuntu sashintsha ke isithombe naso mhlawumbe sibiza esifaka mhlawumbe sifakala ke igama lapho ke shuthi rename ke ngesingisi ke lapho kathi kulava umuntu khona ke mhlawumbe kutshengakala khona lo shintsho ke lolo ke.
What else?
Nani ke futhi?
For now, that's what I can think of.
Athi kwamanje ke lokho kuphela ngicabanga.
So you're basically saying the word creation in the metadata might mean, or means, not might, means that the photo could have been transferred into the memory card on that day. The photo could have been taken by the photo on that day. And what was the third meaning of, what was the third implication of the word creation in the memory, in the metadata?
I said the renaming of
Yes.
a certain, of that, we're talking about the picture, the renaming of a picture.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bathi lapho ke ngapho mhlawumbe usho ini ke ngapho usho ukuthi mhlawumbe uma sikhuluma ngemetadata ke lapho isitshengisa khona ke usuku uma sikhuluma ngecreation ma created ke lapho ke isuku noma ilanga leli isithombe basithubula ngaso ke athi yebo futhi usho mhlawumbe ilanga leli kade bekhopha ngalo ke ilokuzana isithombe besifaka ngaphakathi kwe-memory card athi yebo noma i-renaming usho lapho kade usenza khona kushintsho kwisithombe athi yebo ilokho kuphela sakukhumbulayo.
Now take us through the process of transferring the picture to the memory card.
Bear in mind, when I say transferring, I'm referring to when I do the transferring, not when the user of the phone is transferring doing transfers on his or the
Yes.
phone. Yes.
Yeah.
Manje xa sikhulume ngodaba lokutransfera ke lapho ke uma ukuthi transfera ke isithombe qhamuke ifoni kucingo ke lapho ke usifaka ngaphakathi kwe-memory card athi lapho ke bengakhulumi ke ngomuntu osuke athathe ke isithombe ke lapho ke kepha kade akhuluma ngaye ke mathupha malana nophuzu ke lelo.
So this date, the 2nd of September 24, might mean the date on which you transferred. It's one of the options. You transferred this picture from the memory card into something else.
No, it can be that. That date, we were talking about the creation.
Yes,
When I copy
yes,
from the original, that picture,
yes,
into a memory card,
yes,
when it arrives into a memory stick, let me
Yes.
say like that,
yes.
it might change the date and give us the date in which the transfer has occurred.
athi cha akusenjalo ke lapho ke uma ngaba ke lapho sithi mhlawumbe uthatha ke isithombe ngaphakathi kocingo ke lapho ke bese kwatransfera ngaphakathi kwe-memory stick ke lapho ke athi kulapho kuvame khona ke kuthizini ke ushintshe ke ilanga uma ngabe ubhekela ngale ngaphakathi kwe-memory stick.
I'm using the word it might
Athi usebenzisa
because
ke igama lokuthi lokho kungavami noma kungaze kwenzeke ngoba
I've said I'm not certain as to which metadata changes
ngoba uthi ziyakanathi
as you copy.
athi ngoba eqaleni uthi zakanaso isiqiniseko ukuthi ngabe mhlambi ke iluphi ke ulwazi oluvame ukuthi ushintshe lapho uma ngabe umuntu usebenzisa ke khona ke i-metadata.
Warrant Officer Mabasa, do you understand what is happening here? I am taking you through the metadata as it relates to this phone. I said to you, what do we mean by creation? You went on to give those possibilities, not so?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Now, when I say to you, take us through the process of transferring the photo into the memory card of the phone, then you are saying you don't refer to the owner of the phone, but you're referring to yourself. Do you hear yourself there?
I do hear myself very well. I'm talking about what I did as an analyst, not what the user has been doing.
Okay.
Yes.
athi ke lapho ke uyazizwa ke futhi ke lapho futhi ukhuluma nje ngaye mathupha njenge-analyst kepha kakhulu ke ngumuntu kade athatha isithombe lapho ke.
So are you then saying that you as an analyst transferred the information in relation about this picture from the phone into the memory card on the 2nd of September 2014?
Manje usho ukuthi wena njenge-analyst usho ukuthi athatha ke ulwazi lolu mhlawumbe isithombe lesiqhamuka ngaphakathi kwe-cellphone usho umakhalekhukhwini kwesasifaka ngaphakathi kwe-memory stick ngelanga lange-2 zakaSeptember ngomnyaka ka-2014.
If I'm working on that picture and I have to transfer it into a memory stick on that date, it will reflect, if possible, because we are talking about the possibility, as I'm not certain where does it change, the metadata change as you copy. So it will reflect the same date. If it's the same date that I'm doing my analysis and the transfer on.
athi ke lapho ke asithi mhlambi ke lapho usebenza kumsebenzi wakho njenge-analyst ke lapho ke nanoma engenaso isiqiniseko ngokujulile mayelana nolwazi ukuthi lushintshe futhi nolwazi olungashintshi ke lapho ke athi kepha kuma sisebenza asithi mhlambi lokhu transfer kade ekwenza ke ngelanga lange-2 zakaSeptember ngonyaka ka-2014 ekhipha ke ulwazi ngaphakathi kocingo ke lapho ke bese likhiphela ngaphakathi kwe-memory card ke lapho ke athi lokho kunakho kwenzeka ukuthi kutshengise ilanga elilodwa ke elifana ncamashini ilanga lelikhona ke ngalana ke ngaphakathi kwe-cellphone noma umakhalekhukhwini.
By transferring, I mean the copy part of it.
Yeah.
The copying of the picture from its origin to the memory card.
Yes.
athi lapho khona ngokuthi mhlawumbe uma transfer ke lapho ke ulwazi liqhamuka ngaphakathi ke ko-original suke lesithombe ngaphakathi kocingo ke ikhipha khona ke usetransfera ngale kwe-memory card.
Thank you. Warrant Officer Mabaso, we're talking here about a creation That happened on the 2nd of September 2014. Do you understand?
I do understand.
bathi ke fakazi khuluma ngento eyenzeka ke la ngelanga la nge-2 ngenyanga kaSeptember ngeminyaka 2014 ngabe angizwa kahle athi yebo ngiyakuzwa.
Are you then telling me that in relation to this creation that happened on the 2nd of September 2014, you don't know what might have happened?
Let me put it that way.
Thank
I'm
you.
not sitting.
Athi manje uma ne-creation shite into eyenziwe ke ngelanga la nge-2 zakaSeptember ngeminyaka 2014 shite awunaso isiqiniseko sigcwele sokuthi ngabe yini eyenzeka kahle kahle ke athi yebo ithingile ke ngaleyo ndlela ethi anaso isiqiniseko ngokugcwele.
You don't know whether this photo was taken 3 years before 2014, 02, 09. It only got transferred into the memory card on the 2nd of September 2014. That you don't know, not so?
Bathi futhi awunalo ulwazi ukuthi ngabe kuthiwa isithombe leso basatha mhlawumbe kwiminyaka emithathu ngaphambili kwelanga la nge-2 zakaSeptember ngomnyaka 2014 ngesikhathi kade besitransfera ngaphakathi kwe-memory card yini?
Yes, that's. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yebo anginalo ulwazi lalokho.
Thank you, Brigadier Mabato, Warrant Officer Mabaso. Now, when I requested you to explain to this court what do you mean by creation of a picture, you said it is the transfer from the phone into the memory card, the renaming. Hey, they start young Tishela man. What was basically the third one? I must write it down now. That is now the date of capture. Yeah.
Bathi khona ke la ukhulume khona ke uma ukhuluma nge-creation noma i-created ke ulwazi uqhamuka ngaphakathi kocingo kuke ku-memory card. La ukhulume khona ke ngelanga isithombe basitha ngalo ke lapho ke i-renaming ukuthi umuntu wenza ukujobela kwaphakathi kwesithombe ke lapho ke futhi naloko kusithathu ke lapho ke ukuthi the third one. Renaming,
Capture, and sending off into the memory card. Thank you. Now, do you still remember, Mosuguti? I'm sorry. It is not for the first time that you're giving testimony at court, not so?
That's correct.
On the 1st of August 2023, you also gave testimony here, and you were led by the state. And as you were led by the state, this is what transpired on the proceedings of the 1st of August 2023 on page number 37.
Kwinyanga October ke lapho kwalithi ufakazi ngonyaka 2023 walithi ufakazi bakho la ngaphambi kwenkosi enkantolo futhi kade uholwa ke ithimba labashushisi ke ngemibuzo ke uma sesibuka lapho mayelana nenkulumo leyo ke ingaphansi kwikhasi le-37 kwinkulumo eshicilelwa la ngaphambi kwenkosi enkantolo bathi futhi lokho kulandelayo owakhuluma.
Now, this is what Advocate Baloyi said to you. If you say creation of the picture, what do you mean?
La kathathu khona kumnumzana uBaloyi uma ngabe usho ukhuluma nge-creation yesithombe isithombe indlela ngelanga sathathwa ngalo mhlawumbe indlela enziwe ngaso ke.
And your answer was, it may have been created in the phone, or it was taken by the device, or it was sent to the device.
Bathi wena ke lapho washo ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe isithombe lesivuma ukuthi mhlawumbe sathwe ke icingo noma basithumele ngaphakathi ocingweni noma batransfere ocingweni.
Do you still stand by that?
Athi usamile ngalokho?
Yes, it formed part of the explanation I give before.
Athi yebo kuhambisana nale ngazelo aphane ngayo kuqala.
Thank you. Now, I take it you forgot to mention that creation might also mean being sent to the phone, not so?
Athi yasho thatha nje ukuthi wena ke ukhohliwe ukuthi ukhulume ukuthi mhlawumbe creation kusho ukuthi mhlawumbe ilanga leli abathumele ngaso isithombe ocingweni akusenjalo yini?
Yeah, correct.
Athi yebo uqinisile ke lapho?
Thank you. Now that date that is reflected there, I'm sorry, Mr. Makaza. Wonder if you can just scroll through yes, go. I'm not even so sure, man, with this information is there. I'm talking about this one. Don't you have this one?
No.
Okay.
Unless it's on another.
No, it can't be on that one.
It should be on this one. This is the last page. It's only 2 pages.
But nonetheless, it's fine. It's fine, Mr. Makaya. Thank you. Now, this date of the 2nd of October, 2nd of September 2014, which is annotated or is reflected on the metadata of this picture that is before court here. You are uncertain as to which of the 3 possibilities does it refer to, not so?
That's correct.
But ilanga leli lethu za September ngomnyaka ka-2014 awunazo isiqiniseko sokuthi mhlawumbe siwela ngaphansi uswela ngaphansi kweziphike lento lekhangiso ezintathu kade usitshela ngazo-ke athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Mabaso, Warrant Officer Mabaso, on Friday when we actually stopped, that is after the commotion of the picture that was twisted upside down. Why are you laughing, Mr. Mabaso? This thing seems to be tickling you. Why are you laughing? When I speak about information of a picture that was twisted upside down, you're giving this court a very bright smile. Why are you smiling?
It's an accusation.
Oh, you're smiling because of an accusation.
Yeah, you are accusing us of doing whatever.
But you're never involved in that process, no? So why do you say us?
I took the picture.
Oh, you took the picture. Yes. Thank you, Mr.
So
Mabas.
I was involved.
Thank you, Warrant Officer Mabas. But when you attend on Friday, I was just about to say the state might have brought to your attention the fact that the defense took issue about the fact that the state alleges that accused number 3 had a golden teeth on his left upper jaw of his mouth, not so. And that we have said it does not change. The natureness of a person, their side does not change, not so.
La bathi ngesonto elidluleke ngolwesihlanu ode sikhuluma khona-ke mayelana nala kade khona kwehlangothi ithimba labashushisa lisola khona-ke futhi batsho ukuthi umsola wesithathu-ke lapho kade enezinyo legolide-ke kena-ke la kumazinyo khona la ngaphezulu futhi esandleni sokunxele-ke bese wathi wena-ke uma ngabe umuntu ethobula-ke isithombe indlela athobula ngaso isithombe-ke sokuthi i-originality yakhona-ke ayivamile ukuthi ishintshe ngabe akusenjalo yini?
That's correct.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Thank you. Now, the state might have hinted to you, I don't know, that there's a report, an application that the defense has requested for Mr. Mnyobe to be analyzed by a specialist to check if the allegations that we're making against him are founded or not. Did they bring that to your attention?
Bathi khona-ke isicelo lana kade sikhuluma ngaso kusokuthi umnumzane Mncube-ke ahambe-ke lapho ahlanganeke futhi nodokotela wamazinyo noma mhlawumbe udokotela onesipili wonke shothi lapho-ke uchwepheshe-ke lapho-ke azomhlola-ke bese asho ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe sele waba nalo yini izinyo legolide noma akakaze abanalo-ke manje uthi njengofakazi ngabe ithimba labashushisi bakhulumile nawe phecelezi mayelana nodaba lo noma abakaze bakhulume nawe?
When the request or the application, whatsoever was, or let me say when it was requested for medical examination, I was present in court. So as to what happened,
okay.
Yeah.
Athi ngesikhathi kade qhamuka ke inkulumo leko noma isicelo sekathi bekakhona-ke la ngaphambi kwenkantolo-ke ekuthizeni ngabe mhlawumbe basale emuva noma akaze basale emuva athi akazi ukuthi yini eyenzeka-ke mayelana nohlangothi lolo.
Hey, I wanted to wrap my cross-examination, but a number of my colleagues are indicating to me that is already their lunchtime. I'm now infringing on their constitutional right to healthy living style. May I request an adjournment, my lord? I'll come and wrap my cross-examination on the witness. I'll simply take a few minutes and then we'll be done.
Ngicela kumele ukuthi sambe
Okay, we're going until 2 then.
Thank you, sir. Warrant Officer Mawaso. Now, you say when the request for Mr. Mniwe's dental analysis was made, you were here at court, ne?
I was present in court.
Yes.
manje kuthizeke ngesikhathi lesi njengoba besenza isicelo sokuthi umnumzana uMncube ahamba ahlangana nodokotela ke wamazinyo ke kade ukhona le nkantolo athi yebo ngisho njalo uthathe ngikhona le nkantolo.
Yes. Indeed, he was taken and the report came back.
Athi yebo nangempela wathathwa wamikiswa ke lapho ke futhi ucwaningo noma ireport ke ikhona.
Yeah, the gist of the report is as follows.
Athi inkulumo ebhaliwe kule report lena ke ilelandelayo.
Now, much against your layman's observation, I hope you won't take offense when I say your layman's observation, not so, that he had a golden teeth on his left upper jaw, which teeth appears to be teeth number 2 from where the mouth begins. This is what the experts who are knowledgeable in dental formula and determination on whether or not a person had ever had a golden tooth are saying.
Athi ke lapho ke malana nenkulumo eqhamuka kudokotela ke wamazinyo usichwepheshe ke wamazinyo ke ukuthi unomzana uNcube ngabe sele wanalo ngempela izinyo legolide noma akaza kabe nalo ke lapho ke athi yebo ke inkulumo kadokotela ukuthi yena sele waba nalo ke izinyo legolide ke futhi athi kade dala ke yena ngaphezulu ke sikathi kwizinyo lesibili ke kumazinyo kala ngaphezulu ke uma ngabe usiya la xa khona ke umlomo wakhe ke.
This is what the expert's conclusion is.
Athi futhi ke lena ke indlela ke uqhwepheshe yaqedele ngayo ke.
He says in conclusion, the right upper canine is questionable for abrasion or marginal preparation. The right upper canine is questionable for abrasion or marginal preparation. That means they could see something on the right upper canine. Canine lezinyo lifana nelenja nathi abantu sinalo. It means there's marginal preparation. It means maybe something happened to it. We don't know what. However, no gold inlay is currently visible in the mouth. In other words, they are saying they cannot see that, or he cannot see that there was ever a golden insert in Mr. Mnisi's mouth.
That's not what the report says. Currently and ever two different concepts.
Yes. Thank you. I am saying the doctor says cannot see evidence of the fact that there's a golden inlay in Mr. Mnisi's mouth.
Athi ke yatshela ukuthi inkulumo kadokotela ke kade esenza ke lapho ukuhlola noma inhlolo zokuhlola phakathi kwamazinyo kaMnumzana uNcube ke ukuthi ke esikhathini samanje ke lapho ke akutshengakali njengokuthi njengokuthi uMnumzana uSeli wabanalo izinyo legolide futhi la kena kumazinyo akho ala ngasesa kumazinyo akhona la ngaphezuluni kena ke kumazinyo akhe kuma ngabe phelile wonkana leli sibili ulaqa khona komlomo uma ngabe usiyala ngalana ke eceleni ngalana left ke esandleni sokudla ke yilo ilelo indawo kade bekhuluma ngayo kade khona izinyo legolide noma kade ngekho ke futhi.
Do you have any comment?
My comment will be, on my observation, I saw God.
Bathi nabe ona yinto ngathanda ukukhuluma ngayo ke athi ngesikhathi lesikade kabuke ke ithombe lezike yena ke wabona ukuthi yebo ke kade likhona ke izinyo legolide.
Which was a layman's observation, not so.
My observation, I don't know what you call it, but on my observation.
Athi lo ke na ke akubona mathupha.
Thank you. But that is what the doctor says, expects.
I'm not against what the doctor is saying,
Thank
but
you.
we cannot compare the two.
Yes.
Wathi athi ngeke akukhona ukukhuluma ke mayelana inkulumo kadokotela ukuthi udokotela yini ayishilo ke ngeke baqhathanise phakathi kwalelo lezi zibili inkulumo yakhe naloko akubona ke futhi naloko kade kusenziwa kodokotela.
Thank you. Now, just before we conclude, on your observation of what could you then see that accused number 3 on the photo had a golden teeth? On your observation of what could you see or tell that accused number 3 in 2014 had a golden teeth?
On my observation on the teeth.
Bathi leko yabona ke ngomnyaka uthi ngomnyaka 2014 umsola wesithathu kade enezinyo legolide ke lapho ke athi na kulezi ke ayibonile ke ithombe.
Which teeth?
Athi futhi izinyo liphike.
I just pointed at the teeth. I don't know the names of the teeth, honestly.
Babuza ngabe liphike izinyo kade afake kulona ke golide ke athi usitshengisile ke lana ke kepha kazi mhlawumbe izinyo ukuthi balibiza ngaliphika.
Or when you say observation, I thought when you say observation, I mean analysis.
No, I mean, what I see.
Okay.
Yes.
Bathi uma ngabe khona observation bathi ummeli kuma mhlawumbe ngalo umsebenzi wakho ukuthi uanalyze ke umsebenzi ukuqhathanisa phakathi kwalodaba lolu noma ufakazi obukade qhathanisa phakathi kwabo ke athi yena ke ufakazi cha ukhuluma ngento awayibona ngeso lakhe.
That is on your layman's eye, not so.
Ngabe yinto wayibona ke ngeso lakho noma?
Correct.
Athi yebo kunjalo into ngayibona ngeso lami ngokukhethekile.
Thank you. Not only an eye, a layman's eye. No, a layman's eye. Yes. I think accused would want to hear that. A layman's eye.
Yinto wayibona ke ngamehlo wakho ngasebenzisile lutho ekuthizeni ke uyibone athi yebo yinto ngayibona ke ngamehlo ami ngasebenzisile lutho ekuthizeni ngiyibone.
Thank you. Thank you, my lord. I think that will be all for me. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Lord.
Thank you, my lord. I'm indebted to the court. Good afternoon. Is it warrant officer or is it a sergeant?
I'm a,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. My lord, I'm sorry for the disturbance, Mr. Msipili. I'm requesting that the doctor's report be admitted as an exhibit before court. My colleagues have indicated that it will be exhibit DD4C. Or exhibit SE. As it is. Okay. Exhibit SE. Thank you, my lord.
Sorry, Mr. Mabasa, I did not get your rank because I want to call you by rank when you are testifying.
call me Sergeant.
Sergeant, okay, I'm indebted. Thank you. Now,
manje ke sikhathi ukuthi ke ummeli omeleke umnumzana uNtanzika abuze ke imibuzo kade kepha kuza kufakaza ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe isikhundla sakhe isiphi kahle kahle phakathi kwekhundla sokuthi phakathi kwesikhundla saka sergeant futhi nesika warrant athi ke ufakaze usergeant.
Now, before I get into the meat of my cross-examination, I just want to clarify this with you. That was during your engagement with Advocate Mnisi. And he asked you if you can tell what type or model of a phone took the pictures depicted in Exhibit SD. You remember that interaction?
Yes, I do you remember.
Bathi yakhumbula kumbuzo ngesikhathi kade ubuzwa lapho kommeli omelele lapho umnumzana oqala futhi nomnumzana osithathu ngesikhathi kubuza ngabe mhlaba sebenzise uphike umakhala kuphila bocingo luphike ngesikhathi kade bethula ke ithombe lezi kulapho isikhangiso lesi bathi ngabe yakhumbula lo nkulumo athi yebo ngisayikhumbula.
And if I recall your answer correctly, you said that you cannot tell without seeing the metadata of that particular device, correct?
Yes, if it's not, there's no provision of that information, I'm unable to tell.
Bathi uthi ngeke ukhona ukukhuluma ngokukhethekile mhlawumbe uphela lo mbuzo lama ngabe kungekho metadata etshengakala ngalana athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, if you can be assisted with Exhibit SD, if you don't have it before you, so that we can clear this issue up.
Uma bengakusiza ke ngemibukiso ka exhibit D ekuzeni ke sithi ukazula lo daba lo lesitia la ngaphambi kokusenkantolo ke.
Do you have it in front of you?
No, I don't.
If the state can assist you kindly.
I got it.
Now, you'll assist me here. If you go to page 4 thereof, they are numbered up to 5 pages. If you can go to page 4 thereof.
I'm on page 4.
And then on the top photo, which has got a side-by-side mate, a smaller corner, a side-by-side mate of this picture and another picture. Do you see that?
I can see it.
Bathi le mibukiso ke namakhasi ke amahlanu ke lapho ke qithi ufaza ikhasi lesine ke lapho ke bathi mabuka lapha phezulu khona ke ithombe ezimbili ezijangakala khona ke athi ngabe yayibona yini athi yebo ngiyayibona.
Now, if I take you to just under the file format, which is JPEG, there's a metadata and it says full. It says equipment make, that's a Samsung, and then equipment model, it's a Samsung GT C3222. You see that?
I can see that.
Bathi ke lapho ke bakhona la khona khona ke ukuthi ke meta no full format bathi GPEG bese ke nazo khona bathi metadata bese kuma bracket full ugcweleke lapho ke bathi equipment make bathi Samsung lapho ke bese bathi lapho ke equip model bathi Samsung GT -C3222. Yakubona yini athi yebo ngiyakubona?
Would that then be, in your opinion, the device that captured this photo?
Bathi ngokubona kwakho ke ngabe mhlambi ke le device yona ikithobula isithombe lesi noma akusiyona?
That's correct.
Athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
And if we go to page 5 of the same exhibit,
Bathi ngumase kukhasi esihlanu ke lale mbukiso
the last photo,
isithombe sokugcina
also under, it says compression 6, under that, it says equipment make a Samsung, the equipment model, it's a GT-C3222, you see that?
bathi yakubona bhala babhale khona ke ngenzansi ukuthi lapho file format wazothi GP EG bese ngenzansi wathi metadata bese wathi brackets full bese wathi lapho ke khona ke ngenzansi ku compression babhale compression 6 ngenzansi khona ke wathi equipment maker bathi Samsung ke lo indlela noma igama le cellphone noma umakhalekhukhwini bathi Samsung wathi equipment model i Samsung IP ke lapho ke bathi it's GT-C322 yakubona yini lokho?
Yes, I can see.
Bathi yebo ngiyayibona.
Now, in summing this point, we see that these photos that are in Exhibit Y, not all of them, but the ones that I've referred you to, they were captured using a Samsung phone that is different from the phone of Mr. Ngube, which is a Samsung GT-E2220. You see that?
Yes, I can see it.
Bathi yakubona yini ukuthi ke indlela noma ke umakhalekhukhwini othathe ethubule ke izithombe lezi ke wahlukile kumakhalekhukhwini lo kade ngizoncuba thola izithombe zakhe ke ngawo ke ngoba lo kade ku GTE 2220 ngabe yakubona yini lokho athi yebo ngiyakubona.
Okay, now let me come to the essence of my cross-examination, and it don't involve the merits as it pertains to Mr. Ngube, because I don't represent him. I'm only asking you questions for clarification purposes, right?
I understood.
Athi buza imibuzo kepha ngeke babuza imibuzo ehambisana nodaba kaMnumzane Ncube ngoba yena akathumela akamele kaMnumzane Ncube kepha ke ufuna kunala adinga khona ingcazelo ngogcwele noma ngokukhethekile eqhamukeni kufakazi lokho kade ubulethile.
Now, on Friday when you testified, and I want to touch on this issue for clarification purposes, you testified that the device or a cell phone that took Exhibit SD, in fact, let me put it this way. You said this is a selfie because it was taken by a device with a front-facing camera. You remember that?
Bathi akhumbula ukuthi izithombe lesithombe saka selfie ke phakathi kwembukiso ka Exhibit SD ngoba ke isithombe abasithwebula ke besebenzisa ke camera la ngaphambili ucingo.
I might have said that.
Now, I want us to be certain. We are not talking about mites, mace. I can refer you to that. On Friday, you said this is a selfie because it was taken by a front-facing camera.
All right, correct.
Bathi wena ke uthi zeke unkulunkulu bakho isithombe lesi ke isithombe noma isithombe saka selfie ke ngoba basithatha ke ngecamera eyala ngaphambili ku cellphone. Ngabe yakhumbula nathi yebo kuyiqiniso.
Now, if I may ask Mr. Makaza, please to assist us with Exhibit S in brackets C. No. If you look at your folders, there'll be an Exhibit S in brackets C or a C on its phone. I just want the picture of the phone. No, it's not that one. Yes, stop right there. Now, the phone that the download was done from and the pictures that you analyzed, is that the phone that is depicted on Exhibit SC?
It could be the one. I remember I'm not the one who downloaded. I didn't see it. myself.
Bathi-ke umakhalekhukhwini lo kade udownloada ithombe kona-ke ngabe akusiwo yiwo lona ebatshengisile kule sikhangiso lesi-ke athi kungenzeka ukuthi mhlawumbe iwona-ke lona-ke kepha-ke yena kade adownloada-ke iy'thombe.
But for background purposes, we got this as part of disclosure. And this particular exhibit SC contains mainly the phone book of the phone that was downloaded with all the contacts that are in that phone. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I do understand.
Athi ngizwe kahle-ke ngoba uma kufuneka ngey'thombe lezi-ke iy'thombe-ke badownloada ngaphakathi kwalo makhalekhukhwini lona futhi nemininingwane iy'nombolo ezikhona-ke ngaphakathi ucingo lolu-ke yilezi kade bey'lethela ngaphambili kusenkantolo bey'downloadile eqhamuka ngocingo lolu.
Now, you as an analyst that has dealt with this type of evidence, looking at this particular photo, would you say that this particular cell phone, the Samsung GT-E2220, has a front-facing camera? Would you say that looking at that cell phone?
No, there's no front camera.
Bathi-ke uma ngabe ubukeke isikhangiso socingo noma isikhangiso sakamakhalekhukhwini okhona kule sikhangiso lesi-ke uma ngabe usibuka ungasho futhi ukuthi le cellphone le khona lana ngabe inayo yini-ke i-front camera-ke usho i-camera ekhona la ekhona-ke la kule cellphone langaphambili bathi ufakazi cha ayikho.
Now, the other point is this. If we look at the metadata, say for example in Exhibit SD, is there a way that the metadata will tell you the type of camera on the cell phone that was used to capture a particular picture?
Athi-ke uma ngabe sesibuka lapho kumibukiso ka-SD, ingabe mhlawumbe ithombe lizakutshela uma ngabe usuka ngaphansi kwe-metadata ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe basebenzisa yiphi-ke camera uma ngabe bethubula ithombe lesi?
No, it can't. It just tell us about the format of the camera. JPEG.
Athi cha angeke isitshele ukuthi usayiphi i-camera kepha isitshela nje ngemali ne-format-ke lapho-ke athi i-format yakhona-ke u-JPEG.
Okay. That's your understanding.
Athi ngabe indlela ozwisisa ngayo athi ufakazi yebo.
Now, sitting here today and knowing whether the camera that captured that photo, whether it was a rear-facing camera or a front-facing camera, in terms of location of the golden tooth on the upper left quadrant of the jaw, will that position change, whether it was taken by a front-facing camera or a rear-facing camera?
Bathi-ke lapho-ke uma sesibuka-ke lesithombe leso mhlawumbe lo camera khona-ke uma ngabe mhlawumbe camera elangaphambili noma icamera engemuva kuza kucingo lomuntu-ke lapho-ke ingabe mhlawumbe ngakutshela ukuthi isithombe lesi mhlawumbe basithwebula ngaso besebenzisa yiphi icamera mhlawumbe la khona ukubona khona-ke izinto legolide mhlawumbe bathathe isithombe lesi besebenzisa icamera engaphambili noma icamera engemuva.
It won't change the position of whatever it will, but however the background of the picture might twist.
Athi cha ngeke ishintshe-ke isimo isimo-ke somuntu-ke lapho-ke kepha-ke suke okhona-ke ngemuva ikona ongamane ukuthi kushintshe-ke.
So my understanding, sorry, you were saying something? Okay. My understanding, and my understanding from your answer, if the gold tooth is on the left upper jaw, it will remain on the left upper jaw no matter what, whether it was taken with a front-facing camera or a rear-facing camera, correct?
Athi ngabe ukuzwa ukuthi uma ngabe kuzwa kahle-ke uma athi na-ke usho ukuthi-ke izinyo lomuntu elikhona-ke kuyena-ke la kumazwikha la ase-left esandleni sokunxele-ke asivame ukuthi isimo sakhona sishintshe uma ngabe mhlawumbe esebenzisa noma usebenzisa-ke icamera ucingo langaphambili noma usebenzisa icamera langemuva ucingweni asishintshe isimo sakhe.
The picture itself doesn't change.
Okay.
Athi isithombe nje sonkana asishintshi-ke.
Now, there's an experiment that was done on Friday, but I've been told that both of the demonstration photos that were captured by both yourself and the officer using your cell phone and transferred to Advocate Sibanda, both on your devices and Mr. Sibanda have been deleted. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was still there.
Wathi khona ke ithombe ebazithathile lapha phakathi kwakho ke futhi umunike umuntu sothi wasithatha la kuwena kwathona kumzana osibala ke athi uzwile ukuthi bayicishile ithombe lezo ke athi ngabe kuyiqiniso yini athi ufakazi yebo bayicishile ke lo ithombe lezo.
Now, the thing that caused that hoo-ha in court has got to do with something that is called the mirror effect of a photograph. Do you know that?
No, I don't know.
You don't know the mirror or the flipping effect of a photograph when it's taken with a front-facing lens camera. You know that?
Yes, I know that.
Explain that to us so that it's clear to all of us, because the point that I'm making for this purpose of cross-examination is this. If the allegation is that Mr. Mngube had a golden tooth on the upper jaw upper left jaw of the quadrant of the mouth, no matter what, whether the demonstration on Friday caused confusion or not, he will forever have that gold tooth on the upper left jaw of the mouth. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I do understand.
Bathi khona ke sikhanyiso senzile ke mhlawumbe umbukiso siwenzile ke la ngolwesihlanu masibonele senzile ana ke ukuthi ke umnumzana uMncube ke isimo sakhe noma kade kade nezinyo legolide ke na ke kumazinyo kwala esanye sokunxelela ngaphezulu kumazinyo wakhe ke isimo sakhe ngeke sishintshe ke uma ngabe uthatha ke isithombe ngeselfie noma uthatha isithombe ngekamera engemuva ecingweni ke lapho ke bathi akhumula lenkulumo yini athi yebo ngisayikhumbula bathi masicela ukuthi asitshengise ukuthi ngabe lokho kwenzeka kanjani.
With that in mind, then explain so that we are clear, unequivocal about the mirror imaging or the flipping when you use a front-facing camera for a particular photo.
Asicela usitshele ngabanzi ke ngalokho ukuthi mhlawumbe kwenzeka kanjani uma mhlawumbe umuntu esebenzisa ke uselfie ke uma athula isithombe sakhe ke noma ejika kucingo lakhe esebenzisa camera ngemuva ukuthi lokho kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi kwisimo somuntu singashintsha isihlale sihlezi ngendlela ade kuyiso.
When you use a front camera, you take a picture. When you view it, it won't come the same way you took the picture. It will be it will flip your left, right, right, left.
Let's make it easy. So sorry, Mr. Interpret. Let's make it easy. You can use your example of the first photo that you took with Mr. Jonas. Substitute Mr. Mazaga for Mr. Jonas and use the same picture that you took, because we were asked on Friday to take the same your phone to look at you and describe your positions. Remember, use that example.
I don't have that phone anymore. If you can borrow my phone, then I can take a picture as of now with him, and then we can use that.
My phone does not do.
Wacela ke kufakaza ukuthi asenzele ayenzekele sibonelo sakhe ke lesini ke.
Thank you.
Come sir. Sorry, come sir.
Yes.
Mr. Mule is talking.
No, not me. We approach Mr. Mule. Thank you, my lord. I'm indebted.
Thank you, my lord. I'm indebted to you.
Are you in a position to take a selfie with you and my colleague, the interpreter there?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go too fast. Sorry, there's a request also to use, that one. So use 2 phones for the same photo. And now, may I request you kindly, ma'am, to just stand here and using both phones, capture both of my colleagues there.
Locked. It's locked.
Have you done so? Ish, now the problem is, how are we going to deal with it? Eh? Oh, Burwan, Barbadi WhatsApp people when then Okono Dipina. You can approach them. My lord, the photos, just for explanation, now must be sent to my colleagues here on WhatsApp so that they can be beamed on the screen. No, I don't want that. Now, I'm not going to waste time and wait for this to occur. I'll move to another aspect and then come back to this.
Okay.
Now, the evidence here in court is that in the memory card of the Samsung phone attributed to Mr. Mngube, there were over 700 photographs. Is that correct?
That's correct.
But kulo makhalekhukhwini kamnumzana uMncube kade kuSamsung lapho kade khona ke ithombe ke ezingaphezulu kwa 700 ngokuyibalo ngabe iqiniso yini lokho athi yebo kuyiqiniso lokho?
Except the photo in exhibit S in brackets D, how many other specific photos showed Mr. Mncube with a golden tooth?
Bathi ngaphandle nje kwesithombe kade sikhona ngaphakathi kwembukiso ka exhibit SD ngabe yisiphi ke sinye isithombe futhi ade sitshengisa kumnumzana uMncube ke nezinye legolide kuyena ke?
I came across this one in front of us before court.
Athi wahlangana nalesithombe nje esisodwana kuphela ke lesi sikhona la ngaphambi kwenkosi enkantolo.
Then I couldn't continue as I have get what I wanted.
Atakaza qhubekeke nanoma bekasokutholile lokho bekafise bafisa ukuthola vele.
Now You are tripping me. You've got 700 photos. You are asked by Sergeant Mohola, find for us photographs of Mr. Mngube with his mouth open depicting a gold. You come across this one photo and you stop doing the analysis for looking at further photos with a gold tooth. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, and the request was not find the photographs, it was find a photo.
Athi ummeli ke uyamdida ke ngoba kusanjani uthi ngaphakathi kwezithombe ke zingapha mase sibala ngokuyibalo ke ezindlulile ku 700 lapho ke ngesikhathi ucela uSergeant Mohola ukuthi zithola ke isithombe sikaMnumzana uMncube la avule khona ke umlomo wakhe ke la tshakala khona enezinyo legolide ke lapho ke bese ngokhetha isithombe sisodwa nje vo kuphela athi kwenze kuze kanjani ukuthi ungathole isithombe sakhe sisodwa kepha ungatholi ithombe eziningi ke lapho ke athi cha yena kufakazi bamcela ukuthi akathole ke isithombe sisodwa ke sakaMnumzana uMncube la aveze khona ke la avule khona kumlomo wakhe ke bese atshengakala khona ke nezinyo legolide.
Now, as you are doing your analysis before you get to the photo that is now Exhibit SD, did you find any photos before that with Mr. Mngube smiling, mouth open? Did you find any photos that contradicted your conclusions that he had a gold tooth?
Bathi ke umuzo ngaphandle nje kwesithombe lesi esikhona ngaphakathi kwembukiso ke Exhibit SD ngabe usikhona yini esithombe wasithola ke la kade ancume khona ke umnumzana ukekiteka khona ke umnumzana ke ngesikhathi athi atakikita khona atshangakala khona ukuthi unezinyo legolide awukazi uzithola.
Most of the pictures his mouth was closed, so
athi kwithombe eziningi zakhe kade avale umlomo wakhe ke kepha
some were open but not clearer than this one I've chosen.
athi zikhona vule khona kumlomo kepha kade zingatshengakali kahle ke ngendlela eqondile noma indlela esitshengakala ngaso ke lesi asikhethile.
But you see, that's my problem, which is you cannot come here with one photo and say conclusively he had a golden tooth, which by the way was not visible. I had to enhance it with Microsoft Word, and then you stopped. You didn't do a comprehensive analysis of all the photos to come to a representative conclusion that indeed Mr. Mngube has a gold tooth.
Athi wena ke lapho wenzile umsebenzi awenzile umsebenzi wakho ngendlela ejulile futhi ekhethekile la kade khona ke ukhipha ke izithombe noma mhlawumbe isithombe sikaMnumzana Mncube ke lesatshaka khona ke nezinyo legolide kepha ke ngaphandle usebenzise ke Microsoft ke lapho ke athi nalesi walekhelwa yiyona ke ngesikhathi ade kusiza ke ekuthizeni ubone ukuthi kade nezinyo legolide.
I did go through all the pictures.
Yes.
I picked this one as the one that, according to me, was I could see the gold tooth better than the others if they were there. So some that the mouth was not open as like this one. They were a little bit, the teeth was small. I couldn't identify what I was looking for clearly.
Athi yena kwakhetha isithombe lesika sikhethile ngezathu silandela sokuthi ke kumalana nezithombe lezi adabuke kuzona ke kade singajengakali kahlehle ngendlela iqondile ke lapho ke athi kwezinye zale izithombe kade ungavulile wonkana umlomo wakho kepha kade uvule nje kancane ke umlomo wakho ke athi futhi yena bekangakhoni ukubona kahle ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe izinto legolide likhona noma likho ke lapho ke kepha thina wakhetha wagcina sikakhetha ke lesi isithombe.
Honestly, most of the pictures the mouth was closed.
Athi qinisweni ke izithombe eziningi ke kade uvale umlomo wakho ke kuzona.
Okay. Now, before you arrived at that conclusion that this photo that I'm now going to sample out for the purposes of my instruction from Mohola has got a gold tooth, I'm sorry. You had no benefit of any dentist or orthodontist report, correct?
That's correct.
Wathi ngesikhathi uSergeant Mohola bacetha ubheka ke isithombe segolise umuntu onezinyo legolide bungakahlangani ke nencwadi qhamuka ngaphakathi kwedentist usudokotela wamazinyo noma ubusohlangene nathi cha bengakahlangani ke nayo.
Now, having now the benefit of Dr. Ali's report, the conclusion of which Advocate Mnisi read to you, are you willing to reconsider your conclusion that Mr. Mncube had a gold tooth, or do you still stand by your assertion that he had?
I stand what I have seen.
bathi mina nenkulumo iqhamuka kudokotela kwamazinyo lokho noma mhlawumbe uqhwepheshe kwamazinyo lokho umnumzane Mncube ayigena-ke ngaba mhlawumbe kodwa namazwi ukuthi umnumzane Mncube kade anganalo yini izinyo legolide noma kade analo-ke noma usamile kule nkulumo boyikhulumile ukuthi kade analo izinyo legolide-ke athi ufakazi yebo ngisamile kule nkulumo engikhulumile ekuwukuthi kade analo izinyo legolide.
And do you have any reason to doubt the doctor's report?
Ngabe unaso yini isathu songabaza-ke inkulumo kadokotela?
No, I don't have any reason.
Athi cha anginayo-ke anginaso isathu-ke lapho.
As I'm not a doctor, I have no knowledge of the dental whatever.
Athi yena kanalokho ulwazi malana nodokotela bamazinyo-ke noma nanoma yini.
Now, I'm going to return to these photos, but there's something that quite intrigued me on Friday in one of your interactions with Advocate Mnisi. In an answer to a question, you said something to this effect, and correct me if I'm wrong. You said, I am not an expert, but I'm an analyst. You remember that interaction?
Yes.
But yakhumbula yini usho ukuthi wena kusho awuyona-ke i-expert yapha yi-analyst athi yebo ngisakhumbula leyo nkulumo.
Now, what did you mean by that? That you are an analyst but not an expert? In the context of the analysis of photographs, or if you are a downloader of photographs, what did you mean in that context? Because you were taken through the photos that you analyzed.
I mean, my duties is to analyze. So the word expert, I don't use it myself. I call myself an analyst. However, if you wanna call me the expert, it's up to you. But myself, I consider myself an analyst.
Athi yena-ke uyibiza nje ukuthi yena-ke analyst-ke lapho-ke akayibizi yena-ke i-expert usho yena-ke lapho-ke uchwephesha-ke lapho usho i-expert leyo-ke kepha yathi umuntu oqhathanisa phakathi-ke komsebenzi abantu avame ukuthi mhlawumbe-ke awenze lapho-ke futhi athi umsebenzi wakhe ukwenza-ke ini ama-analysis njenge-analyst.
Now, you work in a particular field, which is a genre that's called digital forensics, right?
That's correct.
Usebenza ngaphansi kwe-digital forensic athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
And in that field, and I want this because I'll tell you the background once you've answered my question. Are you called experts or are you called analysts?
Analysts.
But ngabe nibizwa ke ukuthi ngama-expert noma nama-analyst athi ufakazi wasibiza ukuthi singama-analyst.
You know the reason why, and the background is this. I once challenged Colonel Stein to say, you are an analyst. I wouldn't say a mere analyst. You are an analyst, you are not an expert. And do you know what the court said? The court said, he's an expert. Am I going to bring my own expert? So that's why I wanted to know whether in your field you are called analysts or experts.
We are analysts.
Athi isathu ukuthi akubuze ukuthi ngabe uyi-analyst noma ngabe uyi-expert ukuthi ngesikhathi athi khona ufakazi lana uColonel Stein athi wona wambuza le mibuzo ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe lapho yena kade abize nje ukuthi i-analyst ke lapho-ke kepha athi inkosi enkantolo-ke achaze yona ke-analyst kepha-ke expert usho ukuthi uchwepheshe-ke lapho-ke bese babuza ngabe mhlawumbe ubizo wakho uchwepheshe yini bese athi ummeli cha.
Now I'm concluding now my cross-examination. I said I'm asking only clarification questions. Now let's conclude with these photographs that were just captured minutes ago in court. And you remember why I said you must take this, so that you can explain the mirroring or the flipping of photos when they are taken with a front-facing camera.
Ecethe manje singenele kudaba lwezithombe lezi eqede kuthula khona manje la enkantolo ke ngoba thi ummeli kunala athana uthola khona ke ngogcwele ukuthi mhlawumbe isithombe sethe nge-selfie futhi nesithombe sethe ngecamera ngemuva ucingo.
Now, if it suits you, as long as you've got the microphone with you, you can go there and demonstrate how the flipping happens, how positions change. But the constant features, i.e. in this instance, the golden tooth, if that's the golden tooth, will remain constant, will remain on the left upper jaw, no matter what. Just demonstrate that.
Is it possible for the picture?
Side by side. Briefly, before you go, Sergeant Mabasa, get on record whether these were the selfies that you yourself took or the other pictures that were taken from the front by my colleague seated towards your side, that side.
They're confusing me now.
Wathana ukufaka kasho ukuthi isithombe lezi ngabe isiphi esathethe ngo-selfie futhi lesithombe sithule ngecamera ke ngemuva ngeke zamthidake.
If I'm correct, this one
It's a selfie.
could be a selfie.
Uma ngabe qinisile-ke lesithombe singaleli eqaleni lesathi asikhomba esandleni sokudlala athi isithombe saka-selfie.
This one could be the back camera.
Okay.
Ezathi lesi singalana-ke kungenza ukuthi athe ngecamera ke ngemuva ucingo.
But both this view, they look the same. It's not how they appear on the phone.
Athi le ndawo lezi zimbili ezingemuva zingakala njengendawo eyodwa-ke kepha zingakala azithenakali ngendlela eyodwa-ke.
So these two, to me now,
Yes.
it's not as it was on the phone when I view them.
Yes.
So
Okay, describe how the relative positions, your position and the interpreter's positions were when you view them from the perspective of the cell phones, the respective
if
cell
I can
phones.
have the phone, so I can view them.
Athi angakhona ukukhuluma-ke kahle kahle ngogcwele uma ngabe angazi asaphethe umakhalekhukhwini yena-ke esandleni.
This one.
The other one is here, okay? Mabasa.
The selfie
Athi isithombe se-selfie
is this one.
athi yilesi.
When I view it from my phone,
Yes.
as we were standing this in this position.
Yes.
On my phone, it's vice versa.
So you are now
And if
on
we
the
are
right.
standing like
Okay. All right. Okay.
Athi isithombe se-selfie uma sivula lapha ngaphakathi kwalomakhalekhukhwini awuphethe kuyena-ke esandleni athi sime ngale ndlela esime kanjengamanje-ke uma ngabe sivula-ke kepha uma ngabe ngasivulile kuqala-ke athi yena-ke umeke kuhlangothini kulona-ke kepha mina ngeke kuhlangothini kulona-ke njengamanje.
So it changes position.
Okay.
athi lapho sishintsha ke isimo sakhona singeke sime kanjani.
And on the one that was taken by my colleague here, is the position still the same? Will the mirror image put you on the right and the interpreter on the left as well?
Now the other one, should be is the opposite of what I said.
Okay.
Athi sibili sesibike indlela ke shintshile kule ndlela ayabakhuluma ngayo.
Okay. But now, all of these experiments, Sergeant Mabasa, the bottom line is this, and that was the basis of my cross-examination and clarification of you. You have placed the gold tooth on exhibit SD on the left upper jaw of Mr. Mnisi, right?
Athi mina nomfazi obukhona ke kumibukiso ka SD ukuthi wena ke uthize umnumzana uMnibeke la unezinto legolide ke yena ke kumazinyo akhona la ngaphezulwini la ngaphezulu esanje sokunqayile athi yebo kunjalo.
Now, if we, I'm going to ask the state to assist you with photo number 15 of Exhibit S because we can't do the side by side. But I want to show you something because you've got Exhibit SD in front of you. Right? Oh, yes, Exhibit S, yeah, photo 15. Yeah, this one. Oh, okay, yeah, this one. In your interaction with Advocate Mnisi, you accepted and we accept that the person depicted on the right picture is Mr. Mnisi, right?
Right picture, yes.
What is your ukuthi lo muntu okhona ka otshengala kule sithombe lesi sokudla ke umnumzana uMnibeke athi yebo kunjalo.
And we have also, according to the version that was put to you by Advocate Mnisi, that the person depicted on the left, photo 15, Exhibit S, is the late brother of Mr. Mnisi. You remember?
I do remember.
Friday?
Bathi khona umuntu okhona esanje sokunqaleke kule sithombe lesi ke umfowabo ke owasona ke umnumzana uMnibeke ngathi sakuvuma yilo kathi yebo ngishilo ngolesihlathi ngikuvuma lokho.
And a gold tooth on the right, it's a constant. On one photo, on photo 100, on photo 1 million, it will remain on the left. Agreed? It's a constant. It's not something that shifts.
Bathi sithombe khona sanje sokudla futhi umuntu izinyo legolide khona ngalana sanje sokunqaleke alishintshi ke yena ke lehlala lelapho futhi endaweni eyodwana yini.
That's correct.
Athi yebo.
And for a picture of the same person, by the way, let me qualify it by saying
Yes.
the picture of the same person, right?
That's correct.
Futhi isithombe somuntu oyedwana athi yebo kunjalo.
And now that I'm not sure, are you accepting, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, that these are two separate persons?
Yes, I'm accepting.
Bathi ngabe vuma yini ukuthi abantu ababakhona ngalana ke abantu ababili futhi abahlukene athi yebo ngiyavuma lokho.
Now, in so saying, the deceased brother, the golden inlay or tooth that we see is on the upper right quadrant of the jaw, correct?
Bathi ngabe vuma yini ukuthi ke umfowabo ke wasele washona ke izinyo legolide lakhe yena ke lela sanje sokudlala kwamazwi kalanga ngaphezulu yakuvuma yini lokho?
Yes.
Athi yebo.
Now, in conclusion, we cannot therefore say the person, the picture on the right is a mirror image of the picture on the left, because these are two separate people. The location of what you saw as a gold tooth on the person on the right is on the left upper jaw, and then on the person on the left is on the upper quadrant of the right jaw, right?
That's correct.
bathi singatsho ukuthi mhlawumbe le thombe lezi akuzona-ke ithombe zomuntu oyedwa nafuthi ithombe lesi sifanelana lezi testing umuntu ebese khona la kena-ke esandiso sokudla-ke kepha sokumele ngabe kunjalo yini athi yebo kunjalo ithombe sukile lapho-ke uma sibuka ithombe lezi ngokugcwele futhi ngokujulileke bathule kundawo ezimbili ezingafani futhi umuntu okhona ngala kuyena-ke la esandleni sokudla-ke kepha lo ngale iziyo legotela kuyena-ke la esandleni sokunxele athi yakuvuma yini lokho athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
Thank you, Sergeant Mabasa. Those were my clarification questions to you. Thank you, my Lord. I mean, that's it.
Examination. Advocate Mshololo also indicated that she had no cross-examination, so the state can take whatever direction they want to take. Thank you.
Of course, my lord.
What's your time there?
Um, 3 o'clock, my lord.
Okay, want us to continue?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Mr. Mabasa, let's go to your exhibit SE, page 4.
So sorry, my lord, before my colleague proceeds, at the time I was posting, Mr. Ntazi had his arm raised. I forgot to approach
They're
him.
fine.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, my lord. Page 4, are we on page 4?
Page 4.
At the bottom, there's that picture there.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Mfazi awuke isithombe sesifoke lapho-ke kule sithombe leso-ke kwikhasi lesine-ke bathi ngabo lapho yini athi yebo ngilapho.
You spent some bit of time under cross-examination by Advocate Mnisi trying to explain a date in which a picture can be created, and then you came up with 3 possibilities, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
There are more than 3, but I mentioned 3 today.
Wathi ngesikhathi lesi umnumzana umnisi kubuza imibuzo mayelana nendlela esithombe basenza ngayo mhlawumbe indlela esithombe esibhalwe ngakhona-ke wena-ke lapho ukhuluma amahlongothi amathathu kathi yebo ukhuluma amahlongothi amathathu kepha-ke akhona amanye amaningi engakhulumile-ke ngawo.
And then among those 3 possibilities, you mentioned the renaming of a photo or a file.
That's correct.
Bathi kulezi zintathu okhulume ngazo-ke indlela zesikhangiso noma-ke indlela esithombe abantu senze ngaso-ke wena la ukhulume khona ukuthi mhlawumbe indlela ababuye bashintshe ngayo kusho ukuthi renaming athi yebo kunjalo.
And then just on page 4 now, what is the file name?
The file name is Gaza Njenene.
Bathi lapho-ke kule khasi lesifo ngabe yini renaming yakhona-ke athu athu ugadla Jenene.
Are you able to explore further reasons as to what is depicted on this picture or on this metadata?
Bathi ngakhona ukushala mayelana nezinye indlela ebhalelwa ngaphansi kwe-metadata.
Should I continue and mention?
No, I'm saying now the file name as well as the date. Can you give further reasons?
It could be that the date could reflect when he renamed his picture to Gadla Jenene.
Athi lapho-ke kungavela kulelo usuku olusha-ke ngesikhathi ade eshintsha-ke igama lesithombe lesi-ke bese sibhala lapho-ke ukuthi ugadla Jenene.
And then place the date created on record.
2014-09-02-1632.
Bathi awusho-ke ilanga leli isithombe abasicreate ngalo-ke mhlawumbe senziwa ngalo created ngalo-ke athi lapho 2014/09/02 shuthi ilanga lesibili kwenyanga kaSeptember ngomnyaka 2014 athi isikhathi lapho-ke imizuzu 32 ngemuva kwehora laka-4.
And then the path?
The path is a memory card and it's a photo.
Bathi apho kwe-path ngabe yini athi memory card besathi isithombe.
And then also Mr. Ramsipile during cross-examination took you through the photo above this one that you're referring to. Can you place the file name on record?
The file name, it says photo 0053 underscore E3 underscore E1 dot JPG.
Bathi ngesikhathi ke ummeli uRamsipile kade akhuluma ke ebuza ke imibuzo ke lamana ngesithombe esilanga phezulu ke kulesi ayelanga phansi kwembukiso ka exhibit SD bathi lapho ke awushuthi i-file name athi i-file name yakhona ke wathi u-photo-0053- E3 underscore E1 JPG.
And the date in which it was created?
2014-09 02 16 32 00.
Bathi ke langa lesithombe basithatha ngaso ke lapho ke athi unyaka 2014 ngenyanga yesi9 ke lapho ke isikhathi sakhona ke lapho imizuzu 32 ngemuva ka hora la ka4.
Modified?
It was modified on 2014-06-20 1949-00.
But lapho ngaphansi ko modified to 2014-06/20 isikhathi sakhona ke lapho 19.49 ama minutes.
And then the type of device that was used to capture this photo?
It's Samsung.
But athi lapho iSamsung isiqingo abasebenzisile lithenge lesithombe lesi ke
GT C3222.
Oh, athi lapho ku Samsung suthi lapho ku GT-C3222.
Is it now the same device that you made reference to on Exhibit S, your affidavit on paragraph 6.1?
Bathi ngabe yiyona ke le model khulume ngayo ngaphansi kwa affidavit yakho ke lapho ke ngaphansi kwa paragraph 6.
No, this one is Samsung GT E3220.
Athi cha le khona la ngaphansi kohlelo lakho la affidavit ishuthi inkulumo ebhala ngaphansi kwesifungo ke lapho ke athi lapho 6.1 phansi paragraph 6 athi Samsung GT-E3220.
Then does that then follow that this memory card that you made reference to was inserted on different devices?
That's correct.
Ngabe lokho kusho ukuthi memory card kade isetshenziswe kumakhalekhukhwini abahlukene athi yebo kuyiqiniso.
And then Advocate Mnisi referred you to a medical report by the dentist, Dr. Ali.
Yes.
Do you have it in front of you?
No, I don't have.
Adukhona ke kuba khona ngawo ke lana ke ummeli Advocate Mnisi ke ka Dr. Ali ka Dr. Ali ngabona lapha ngokuthi cha nginayo ke.
Do you have it in front of you?
Yes, I have it.
Can you
Yebo nginayo ke manje.
please state the name, patient report inmate, place the name there. On top of the report.
Athi bhala lapha phezulu kule report leyo ke.
Patient.
Page 2.
Ke class lesibili ke.
On the second page. Oh, yes. Patient report inmate Mthobisi Mncube.
Bathi lapho ke umuntu odayeke yena ke egula ngesigula ade siya isambe ke yena ke lapho no patient noma mhlawumbe isiboshwa ke bathi Mthobisi Mncube.
Should I continue?
Yes.
Registration number 217249-595.
Bathi lapho registration number ke le nombolo ezilandelayo u2 u1 usikhombisa ke lapho u2 u4 u9 u5 95.
Hospital number 0335038.
isibhedlele inombolo yesibhedlele ke lapho ke ebhaliwe lana ke u-003350378.
Then let's move to paragraph 2, findings. Where it's handwritten, I hope you'll be able to read that handwriting.
Findings, dental examination and radiographic exam done, in brackets x-ray.
Athi ke lapho ke kunalokhu udokotela kutholile okubhaliwe lana ngaphansi ko paragraph 2 futhi izinto udokotela ayitholile ke lapho ke bathi dental examination lapho izinto ayitholile isikhathi ade senza ke ukuhlola kwakhe ke mayana namazinyo ke wesiboshwa lesikade siyekena mhlawumbe isiguli lesikade siyekena ke lapho ke athi wasifake ngaphansi kohlelo lwe-x-ray.
Patient present with discolored tissues on tooth 17, 16, 26, 27, 36, and 38, 46, and 48.
It's discolored fissures.
Oh, it's not tissues, it's features. Oh.
Yeah, just read the entire paragraph and then the interpreter will follow.
That word, abrasion, what? Abrasion, listen.
Lesions.
Present on 34, 35, 45, 44, tooth 37 and 47 are absent. Tooth 12 and 22 are slightly rotated but sound. Tooth 11 and 21 have mild toothbrush abrasion but are also sound. In conclusion, right upper canine is questionable for abrasion or marginal preparation. However, no gold inlay is currently visible in the mouth. Advice for a second opinion.
Thank you.
Bathi mana nenkulumo kadokotela lokhu akubonile ke ngesikhathi anomuntu la ke yena ke ekade senza ke inhlolo zakhe ke lapho ke athi izinto ayithola ke lezi ade zingaphansi kwamazinyo izinto 17 kwenombolo le16 kwenombolo 26 kwenombolo 27 kwenombolo 36 38 kwenombolo 46 and 48 athi na ke into ade ayithula ade zikhona ke akuthola ade khona ke lapho ke ngaphansi kwezinyo le34 35 44 45 kepha mayelana nezinyo le37 futhi nezinyo le47 kwenombolo ke lokho akazi kakuthola kepha mayelana nezinyo le12 futhi nezinyo le22 ngokwenombolo ke lokho othola ukuthi kade khona ke ukushintsha kade khona ngaphansi kwamazinyo lawo ke kepha mayelana nezinyo le11 futhi nezinyo le21 kade khona ke ilokuzana nje encane futhi encane lapho ke sithi toothbrush ke noma abrasion kade khona ke lapho ke noma kade khona ke lokho umsindo kade khona ke lapho sithi isando nyanga kade khona ke lapho ke bese athi ngokuqedela kwakhe inkulumo yakhe ukuthi lapho mayelana namazinyo akakhona la ngaphakathi la ngaphezulu ke na ke umazinyo esandleni sokudla ke lokho akuthola ukuthi khona ke kunemibuzonyana ekade ayibuza mayelana no-double abrasion lokho kade akuthola ukuthi amazinyo afana nalamazinyo kwenja ke khona ke lapho ke futhi nama-marginal preparation kepha athi angakazi athola ukuthi akazi izinyo legude lapho kade lingekho ke noma kade lingajengakali esikhathini samanje kulo mlomo ke walo muntu ke kepha athi inkulumo yomuntu wesibili ke nayo ke yamkelekile kulolu daba lolu.
Thank you. Can you please then state the date of the examination as well as the place at the bottom right?
The date of examination is 18/06/2025, Kalafong Dental Clinic.
Bathi ke usho lana ke ilanga leli ngesikhathi umnumzana uMncobeke bekahambile ohlala nodokotela kwamazinyo ukuthi wabhale liphike ilanga lapho ke athi wabhala ukuthi 2025-06-18 ushuthi nge-18 nyanga kaJune kunyaka 2025 bathi indawo ebhaliwe lapho ke ushuthi uKalafong Dental Clinic.
Are you able to give a comment regarding the conclusion of the doctor?
Bathi ngakhona ukukhuluma yini mayana nesinqumo udokotela sithathile.
I have no knowledge of this, my lord.
Athi cha naloko ulwazi lwalento esikhuluma ngayo ke.
I can only comment on what I have seen, which is God.
Athi kepha ngakhuluma mayana nodaba lwento ke awayibona ke nje kuphela.
Thank you. And then the date of this examination is correct. That is the 18th of June 2025.
That's correct.
Bathi ngabe kuqinisile ukuthi lo muntu ke wahamba uhlangana nodokotela ngelanga lange-18 ngenyanga kaJune ngomnyaka 2025 athi yebo kuqiniso.
And then the dates in which you observed a gold tooth on that photograph. Can you place it again once more on record? On the photo, the meter data.
Bathi mayana nemitha data ke lesithombe ngabe babhale liphiki ilanga lapho.
2014 09 02 163200.
Bathi athi lapho bhala ukuthi ngenyanga ka2014 ngenyanga kaSeptember ke ngelanga lesibili ke lapho ke bese isikhathi shothi imizuzu ewu32 ngemuva kwehora la 4 ntambama.
You agree with me that those are two different dates?
That's correct.
Bathi akuvuma yini ukuthi lokho ke amalanga amabili ke ahlukile angafani athi yebo ngiyakuvuma.
Okay. Just still on that page, if you can just page over on page 4 of the metadata. Page 5, I mean page 5. Page 5.
Okay.
Can you explain the modified and access dates on that at the top?
The modified date is 2014 07 16 21 21 00.
Bathi ngaphansi ko modified hawa babhale liphiki ilanga lapho wathi 2014/07/17 bese isikhathi sibhaliwe lapho kathi u17-03-00.
Do you know? Okay, yes.
Accessed 2015 02 06 0000.
Base ngaphansi ko access kushuthi ngaphansi ko access that babhale 2015-02-06 isikhathi basibhale lapho kushuthi isikhathi ka 12 ke ebusuku.
Do you know what is the meaning of that?
Ngabo yazi ukuthi ngabona ulwazi lokuthi lokho kusho ukuthini.
Which one?
Modified and accessed.
What modified put no accessed?
Modified is when the memory card, like I've said, when it's disconnected and connected into a phone. Once you switch it on again, it's modified.
To modify kungemuva uthi ku-memory card bayikhiphe bese baphinde babuye futhi bayifake ngaphakathi kocingo ke athi uma seyibuya futhi uma sebeyibuyisela ngaphakathi kocingo evame ukuthi ibhale ukuthi lapho modified.
And then just lastly on that picture that follows on this exhibit, file name, what is the file name there?
Bathi kula sithombe sila ngenzansi ke ngosithombe lesi sizokhuluma ngaso ngabe ithini ke file number khona lapho kune file name.
Shembe is the W.
Or what about what lapho ke Shembe is the W.
Okay, and then the date, file format.
File format JPEG.
But lapho ngaphansi ko file format wabhale ini athi JPEG.
And then path.
But to path.
Memory card. The photo.
What about memory card? What photos?
Date created
2014 09 02 16 32 01.
But ilanga semiswasethe ngalo ke lapho ke 2014 09 02 16 .32 01.
Date modified
2014 07 17 17 03 00.
But lapho ilanga was modify ngalo ke isithombe lesi kathi 2014 07 17 17 03 minutes.
So the picture on page 4 as well as that one that you just placed on record, are the dates the same? The date in which they were created?
Yes, they are the same.
But isithombe lesi ngabe mhlambi ilanga lazo ilanga lelodwa lifanayo futhi isithombe lesi sokuqala ukukhuluma ngaso ke futhi lesogcina athi yebo ke isithombe sisodwa ke noma ilanga lelodwa.
The difference is just a second in between.
kepha umahluko khona ke lapho ke imizuzwana nje phakathi kwale zithombe lezi zimbili.
And it's also correct, what is common between these photos it was the renaming of the names of the files.
Yes, correct.
Bathi ngabe kuyiqiniso nje ukuthi umahluko khona ke kule zithombe lezi ukuthi nje igama abalibhalile ngemuva ukuthi benze ke remaining file.
Just lastly, place the modified date on page 5 on record.
Okugcina ke ukuthi modified date ke kule khasi lesithombe sogcina ke sikhona lapho lesikhasi lesi5.
The one Shembe.
Yes, the one written Shembe, the date modified.
Modified is 2014-07-17-17-0300.
But esithombe esibawuthi lapho ke Shembe is the W. Ngabe modified date khona ke yiphi ke lapho ke 2014-07-17 dash esikhatha khona ke suthi imizuzu emithathu ngemuva kwehora la ka5.
And then just still on that aspect, the two dates, date created and date modified, what can you comment regarding those two dates?
Bathi wena nalamalanga amabili kahlukile ngaphansi ku created futhi modified ungasho ukuthini ke ngoba lamalanga lama ahlukile akubhaliwe lapha.
They are different. The created could be when it was renamed. The modified could be about the memory card.
Athi ke malanga akho ahlukile modified ngusithi mhlawumbe ngawela ngaphansi ke memory card kepha ku created ukuthi isithombe ilanga leli sithombe basatha ngalo ke.
No further questions, my lord.
Yeah. Just simple questions from me. I'm sorry to ask you.
It's fine, my lord. If I'm capable, I will answer.
Yeah. Have you ever heard yourself of a child who is born with a golden tooth or a molten tooth? I know a child when it's born doesn't have teeth and thereafter it acquires teeth. Have you ever heard of a phenomenon like that?
Those when they come out, they come in a...
Meaning metal.
No,
human being.
I've never heard it.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you now. I've never heard it in my life.
Athi kuza ke inkosenkathi ukuthi ngabe mhlawumbe unalo yini ulwazi noma mhlawumbe sekuthola yini ukuthi ingane ke lapho ke bayibehla sele ke inawo kamazinyo kuyona ke kepha ke le gold kuyona ke cha akaza ahlangana nalokho.
Right. Have you ever heard of a person having encrusted teeth? For cosmetic reasons, women, men, they put whatever on their teeth. Have you ever seen or heard?
I have seen and heard about it, yes.
Bathi sele wezwa ke yini mana nodaba labantu ke lapho ke sithi abantu besilisa noma besimameke lapho ke abasebenza khona ke izinto lezi bafake emazinyo nabo nje ukuthi mhlawumbe ke izinto engathi mhlawumbe as a cosmetic ke sithi amagolide enyana thiyebo sele ngakuzwa lokho.
And have you ever heard of a person who sustains either a broken tooth or a tooth with a hole?
Yes, I have heard and seen
Bathi ngabe ukubona yini nabantu
such people.
abakhipha amazinyo ke mhlawumbe asela amazinyo ke egamukile besahlala salapho ke enombhubo uvulekile kuyena ke athi yebo sele ngakuzwa lokho futhi sele ngakubona.
And have you ever heard a person going to a dentist to inlay either a molten metal or even gold in a tooth which has a hole? Or you just take it out? I know we are poor.
Yeah.
When you have a hole in the tooth, you just take it out.
Oh, what I know with regard to that is when you have a hole, you can go to a dentist, like I did myself, and they patched that hole. They put something just to cover that hole.
So you have an inlaid stoppage on your tooth, as you are now?
Yes.
Can I see it?
It's invisible, but I can open
Okay,
my...
no, just... And you say you went to a dentist?
Yes, I
Because
did.
you had a hole?
Yes.
Right? And he implanted or inlaid?
They cleaned my tooth with whatever, very cold stuff.
Yeah.
Then after they put something like it's, I don't know whether I will say it's like a tooth paste, and then after they grinded it.
Yeah.
But ingabe selokuzwa yini wena nomuntu ukuthi mhlawumbe uma ngabe nombhobo ke ngaphakathi kuzinyo lakhe sahamba kolibhesha ke ukuthi afake izinyo legolide lapho ke athi cha kepha ke nake mana nayo ufakazi athina kade enombhobo ngaphakathi kuzinyo lakhe bese wahamba ku dentist ke lapho ke futhi udokotela ke wamazinyo ke ngesikhathi wafika lapho ke athi khona ke into abayenza la kena ke qala bamgeza kamazinyo ke ngemuva kwalokho ke bese bamfaka ke lokuzana enye bandayo ngesikhathi athi bemfaka lelo kuzana bandayo leyo ke kade bephesha ke lapho ke izinyo lakhe leli kade ligamukile lenombhobo kulona.
Yeah, in the townships, if you don't know about it, you can say you don't know. Have you ever seen persons who have teeth, as I say, encrusted with gold? Like the guys who sing, for instance.
Yes, I do come across such people. They put everywhere on their teeth. The whole front teeth, yes, you can visibly see teeth.
Yeah,
I
but the
have
point I'm
even
trying to
one
make-
of my colleagues, yes,
Hello?
one of my colleagues,
Oh.
he has those gold also.
He's a policeman,
Yes,
and he's got what, golden incrustation
yes.
for fashion.
For fashion and we are organized crime. You can see me. It's not allowed in the police, but look how I look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, lelo sohlekana naye umuntu yini ke mthamba sithi lapho ke kwindawo ehlala kuzona ke emalokishini futhi uthi mhlawumbe fake ke amagolide ke kumazinyo wakhe ke wonkana athi yebo ukhona selokuhlangana nabantu abanjalo ke esikhathini esiningi futhi ukhona futhi omunye oza kwabo asebenza ngaphansi uzesiphoyisa ke naye thuna lamazinyo ogolide ke amaningi ke naye wathi manje kungani kunalodaba lolo ke athi basebenza ngamacala akhe anobungozi kakhulu kepha abavumela ukuthi bakwenze lokho ke kepha naye ke ukwenzile ngokuthi unayo nentshitshana lakhe nakhe.
Okay. Yeah, but basic anatomy, as an adult, you know that it consists of tissues, bone, muscles,
That's correct.
hairs. But you have never, if you have seen that, you must not agree with me, but you have never seen a guy who has an anatomical feature which he is born with, consisting of metal.
I've never seen that. That's correct.
Okay, any questions arising?
None, my lord.
That's just the one. Regarding the court's question on the teeth that are worn, gold teeth or metallic shiny teeth
Ah, or
that are
silver.
put by artists, mainly rappers. Do you know whether or not those features are permanent?
No, I cannot tell. I think some are permanent, some are not. So I cannot specifically say they are permanent or they are not.
And when you live here, go and Google. They are called grills. Go and have a look at them. But I'm done with you.
Grills.
Grills.
Oh, okay.
Bekabuza ke umele kule muntu qhamukile la ngosenkantolo nalaba abaculayo ke sithi ama-artist ke lapho ke ukuthi amazinyo abo egolide ke abafakile abamhlamba bafake umphelo noma bangabuye bawakhiphe futhi ke acha kanalo ulwazi ngodaba lolo.
Just for my clarification, Mr. Ramsey, when you say permanent, what do you want to convey?
If they are, for example, my lord, let's take somebody who's got a golden tooth. When he goes to sleep, he doesn't remove it.
Yeah, but we're talking about permanent.
Yes.
Is he born with
Not
that?
born with.
Is,
Not
that,
born with.
is he born with?
Not born with.
Okay, fine. Then
Yes.
you agree. Fine.
Yes.
Just one point. Say, are you aware that some of the examples that have been made by the court have got a potential to affect the color of the teeth of a person?
Wathi ngabona lo yini ulwazi uthi le kumalana nalezibonelo inkosi enkantolo kade senza ke ngazo ke ukuthi mhlawumbe ziba nomthelela okuthizeni uma ngabe sibuka ke indlela umbala wamazinyo womuntu.
I'm not so sure exactly. Maybe it can have such, but I've never experienced that, to be honest with you. I've never seen a person who took out a gold, né, and then left the teeth with another color or something. I've never seen that.
akakanaso isiqiniseko salokho ekhulumeni iqiniso lakhe kodwa akakazahlangana nomuntu ke ade afake izinto legolide bese abuye akhipheke bese ngemva kwakabona abuke kumbala walezi zinto kade kufakwe kulona ke igolide kumhlabe lingabe lingabuya lishintshe ke bese banombala onjani.
However, I'm not saying it could not, it could. I'm neutral on that issue.
Atshaka umuntu angakhuluma ke lapho ke ume phakathi nendawo mayana nolodaba lolo.
Thank you, sir. No further questions. Thank you, my lord.
Thank you.
Thanks. Are we sitting tomorrow, Doctor?
My lord, tomorrow we do not have a witness. The only witness is available on Wednesday for continuation. It's going to be Brigadier Gininda.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
It's not available tomorrow.
It's not available tomorrow.
Okay, so we sit on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Okay, court will adjourn until Wednesday.